Good evening, everybody. Good morning, afternoon. I want to say hi to everybody, wherever you are. My name is Robina Kolok. I will be your moderator today, or we will have something. I would say a bit of celebration. As you know, the last few weeks, or was it? I think last week, we had awards. We recognized some of the women in our community, or the people who are really contributing in our community, in one way or the other. Today, we want to celebrate them. Today, we want to find out what this means to them, what the award meant to them, and how they are going to use this award, or how to sensitize the community based on what happened sometime last week. As I said, my name is Robina Kolok. I have a few people in the studio today that we are honored to host. And in the interest of time, I would love to just jump into it and give the floor to a very special lady, our own Honorable Rebecca Joshua. Welcome to the studio, Honorable Rebecca.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Robina. Thank you.
Honorable Rebecca, basically, this is for people who were not able to join the discussion or the celebration that we had a few days ago, who are not there in person or were not able to join us live. We want to also be part of what happened in South Sudan, also to see how the celebrations went on. So, from your own words, or in your own words, Honorable Rebecca, I would love to hear from you, just for you to tell us if for sure you're surprised when you won the award, and what does winning this award mean to you and the women of South Sudan?
Thank you very much, Robina. And with this interview, you're giving me a chance to smile again and reflect back to the 8th of July, a very memorable day. And I would like on the onset to thank the South Sudanese women intellectuals who organized these prestigious awards for peace for the women of South Sudan. It was time of excitement, time of joy, time of happiness. One of them days, if you could call them, that really one will not forget. For me, yes, I was surprised. Maybe first to say, when there were the communications, I was asked for my CV. I thought that was like any other activities, that every other time we are asked for CVs and then we just, give something and people may use them the way they want, always for something good. But this one in particular, I also thought it was going to be the same. And then when I hear of nominations, I said, fine, I could be nominated. I've done some few things in my humble way. But that is going to be an award, and especially mine, which is a lifetime of service. To be honest, I was really excited. And if you look at the pictures, you see how I was jumping. I did not even follow protocols. I was excited. I wanted to somersault and sing. And these kind of things I always like. So I was surprised that I will get the Lifetime of Service Award, plus other certificates also, that I was also nominated in a number of categories. So I really was excited, and I can't stop appreciate the South Sudanese women intellectuals for this prestigious Peace Award. I was really happy. Now this award, as I said that day, is given to me, lifetime of service and all the titles I have, honorable, minister, major general, captain, even that one also should come in. I'm a captain of volleyball and in sports, and I'm in arts and so many things. But I would say I wouldn't have done those things alone, without others, without support, without people working with me. And I can't forget all the institutions that either I was a co-founder, or I was a member, or I even joined later, like the Liberation Movement. But all this, I wouldn't have done them alone. So I always feel it's not only for me. I receive it, but I feel like dedicating it. Yes, I dedicate it to all the South Sudanese women and men, and also our children that we carried with us. I remember very well, and when I am recognized, I remember how I used to place my baby on the table when I was chairing meetings, how we carried them on our bags when we were doing other activities in Swan, and how we went around during the liberation movement. We were not alone. There were people with us. During the liberation, we had the whole community behind us. And in one of the write-ups, I was just saying, I wish I could pay back the eggs and the dura and the oil and all these things that were given to us to support us during the liberation movement. Would have not done it alone. During the peace activism, we also went through a lot of challenges, and sometimes name calling. Some of us were termed as women who don't want to sit home and cook for their husbands and their children, and all this. But we went through them because we were together, we were unified. We were women and also men who supported us, those sensitive men. So for me, this award is not for me. I receive it wholeheartedly, but I dedicate it to the SPLA, the SPLM, to the women associations and organizations, to our young people, to my family, to all of you women. I appreciate your unity, your resilience, your work together, and it's not going to stop here. It's going to move forward. Actually, this is the beginning of the phase, the second phase that we are really going to continue to do that. And I think the significance for me is that it comes at the 10th anniversary of our independence. The first phase has finished. We brought our country. We have a soil to stand on. But now this is the second beginning of building this country. And I want to encourage us to take it together and even add more strength and more unity and more love, because peace needs to be built and peace needs to be worked for. Justice, all these categories that the women want, we want to work for them. And my kids, I want to thank them very much, because there are times they just told me, Mommy, you have other children, and the other children are South Sudan, not only the children, the biological ones. So I'm excited, I'm happy, and I can't stop thanking the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum.
And in our own South Sudanese way, we say, in my language, we say we bililija. So we're for you. This is really very, very good achievements, Honorable Rebecca. Yeah, I want to say something concerning yourself. You've always been a visionary woman. You know what you want. And this is why you have quite a following, that we are behind you, because a person who knows what they want, people tend to gravitate towards you. So congratulations on that. We've heard about how you felt during the award winning and that. Now we want to know how the community actually received this kind of news. Has there been some kind of response from the community? What do they feel about you winning this award, the Peace Award? You're muted, Honorable.
Yes, the reactions came from far and wide. I mean, from the diaspora, I got so many comments, and what I hear is that you deserve it. And I always respond and say, we deserve the award, and we deserve the certificates in various areas that I was recognized. I got messages. My siblings we're really excited, and I got lots of calls the whole night and the following day because we grew together. And I've always been seen to be somebody who would want to jump into cold water and want to try and initiate. And my sister Martha, I will not forget that she's older than me. She would always tell me, look, I remember when we went to Khartoum for the peace agreement 2005, I told her as a journalist, I want to go and see one of the militia leaders. And she told me, look, when you were in the bush, we were happy that you are alive there. Now you are coming home to look for problems. You are going to look for the militia in their den. So, I mean, she was happy, and she said, all this that you've done will one day be appreciated. So my siblings, my friends, my colleagues in the consultancy firm, the women with whom we worked in the different areas that have been recognized here. Somebody until yesterday was telling me, why are you not sending us the pictures? We want to see them. I said, but that's a group WhatsApp. I don't want to advertise myself. They said, no, we need it. I sent it yesterday night, and I was flooded with responses. So I think people are happy for me, and I'm also happy for them. And we continue to, in solidarity, for us to move forward, to build this country, and to bring peace to our country. And not only that, but the young people, whom I pledge this time, God give me energy. I want to dedicate this time for mentoring the young people. This intergenerational linkages, I think, is resonating. And if I have energy, that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I have some young people, and they are with me in a picture. I don't know even their names, but they all came around me and we took pictures. So the response was great. Yes.
Life or leadership is a relay. At some point, we need to pass the baton to the next person to carry on with what we have started. I have one last question for you, Honorable, and basically just maybe we can call it like very, very short and precise. Just tell us, what key messages do you have for the women of South Sudan?
I want to tell the women of South Sudan that it takes a lot of energy, time, sacrifice of family and self to achieve. So if people are calling us achievers, it's because we've done something that people think and evaluate, and they think it's good. So you need to dedicate time for your work. It's good to be sincere with yourself. What you can do it, and don't shy away, and don't be discouraged by others. And that's what we've tried to do. Just move. If you trust yourself and you have confidence, you just move forward. And then I also want to say that there are men outside there who support us, who stand by us, who encourage us. My role model was my late father. And therefore, let us not say these are women and these are men, and we have to work with them. The few who have not come to the fall, I believe they will come if we speak good language with them. Let us continue, and there's a lot of energy in us. And also there's a lot of space in our brains that can accommodate all these disciplines that some of us have been. They always say, a jack of all trades is not, I don't know, it's not successful, but I've been a jack of all trades. And I always feel that wherever I tried my best, I came out with something which is useful for the people. So dedication, commitment, confidence, sacrifice, if it needs to be, like what we've done in the media, sacrifice is there. And then you always also have little time for yourself so that you can rejuvenate and you can regenerate, and then you move on. And then we always have to thank those who support us, and much more those who recognize us, like the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum. They have done it, and I call it for the first time. I had my medals from the SSPDF, from the army, but outside that, I think this is the first time we are getting something internally from within. And I want to encourage us who are winners to also think of others and appreciate them. In that appreciation, we are able to move forward.
That's true. That's very true. And at the same time, we should, or you people that we are looking up to, should also lend a hand and also pull the rest of us up, in not materially, but in terms of also, sharing the knowledge, sharing the wisdom, the experiences, so that we can build a stronger community of women, intellectual women, women who can think not only for themselves or think of personal growth, but growth of the community in general. Thank you very much, Honorable. I really appreciate. I'm speaking for the women in the forum as well. We really appreciate your contribution to society, contribution to the women in particular, and to the South Sudan, to our country. We are not where we want to be, but we have started taking the first steps, which is the important point here, that we are willing to take the first steps into developing our country. So thank you very much, Honorable Rebecca, for being with us today. Thank you. On that note, I would love to move on to a young lady among us who is in the diaspora. I hope you're with us, Miss Chan. Aisha, do we have Miss Chan in the meeting? Miss Chan, I would love to move to Miss Chan if we have her in the meeting, and give her the opportunity to tell us about how she felt being recognized in among the South Sudan women who are for peace. How you felt about this? Mr. Chan is representing us, or flying our flag very high, our South Sudanese flag very high in the diaspora. We are proud of you, Ms. Chan. And welcome to the conversation. I would love to know, or to hear, how you felt about being nominated and winning this award. How did you feel? Was it a surprise? And what was your mind?
Oh, thank you for having me. First of all, it was such an unbelievable moment for me. I did not expect it, because I looked around the room, and to be honest, it was a room full of capable, full of very gifted, full of women that have contributed to South Sudan peace in unbelievable ways. So I did not expect it, but it came as such, as an honor, as a privilege, and for me to just, sit there and enjoy it. And it's just a day before our independence, the 10th anniversary of South Sudan. It was unbelievable time. It was such an emotional time for me, to be honest. And still now, I go back to that moment in time, and it's going to be one of those most memorable times in my life, to just sit in a room of women that came before us. And it took my mind so, back when, as Honorable Rebecca had mentioned, those that came before us, and she's one of them, right? For me to sit there and think about our grandmothers that have been the cohesion of our society in South Sudan, that have done so many things that no one ever recognized them for. For me to sit there in a room with all these amazing women that came before us, I'm only but a small piece in that puzzle. And it gives me that much more responsibility that I have to carry forth, like handing over, and we need to hand it over to the younger generation. So to sit there was such an incredibly joyous time for me, and such a humbling moment to just see the interactions, and such a happy moment for everybody. And, whether those that had a certificate or a medal, everybody that sat in that room, even those that came to support, we were all winners. To have women in one room like that, we're all winners. So it came as a surprise, but it was one that I'm going to hold dear forever.
Chan. I would love to maybe ask you about how people reacted to uh, to you winning this award. Seeing that you also hold, I would say, a role model position in society. So many of the young people look up to you for very many reasons. And besides that, I also want to maybe in the same breath you tell us how society or people around you took this particular award. At the same time, maybe just give us a parting shot, a key message for the people who witnessed you getting this award, as well as who look up to you.
So I'll say, I think in everything that we do, the purpose within it is what drives us. And for me, my why has always been the youth in Africa, and specifically the young girls in South Sudan. When I started out in the world of sports, not a lot of women, wore sport like shorts. So for me, it was a strange thing that even I was doing that my parents supported me in, but even in myself, I never knew how far it would take me. And without the support of my mom and my dad equally, who taught me different things, the strength and resilience of my mom and just the work ethic, and my dad and reinforcing excellence and all of that. Without that, I'm not even here. But without me knowing what my purpose is in this, where I'm in the sports world, but it is such a privilege because when I'm in that position, I think about the millions of girls that I'm representing on a daily basis, right? And to know that at the back of my mind, that drove me every day. That made me wake up every day after, I lost a tooth, after I injured my spine. That's what kept me going, because it's more than myself. It's for my people. It's for the young girls that I know if I give up, how much more for them would it be difficult, right? And I'm not special in any way. If I could do it, I know that they're going to do it more and they're going to do it better. And for me, knowing that it's for them, and for me to sit there amongst this amazing women of valor, amazing women of virtue of South Sudan, and to be told that this is for you, that for me is for all of us. And to share it with them, it gives me the motivation to do even more. And my parting shot would be for, all the women in South Sudan, that in our different fields and in our different unique abilities, that we create a bridge of common element that brings us all together, that will introduce a world of limitless and equal opportunities for the children and the women of South Sudan alike. We're not leaving the boy child behind, but we have to empower the girl child's whole ecosystem. And it comes in us all putting our hands together in our different fields and keep forging forth for the betterment of South Sudan and Africa as a whole. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Chan. For sure, we should not be defined by our past. We have really had not a very desirable past, if you can call it that. Not an easy past, and not only the whole country, but women in particular. We've had it rough. Our mothers have had it really rough. If I can say this, like most of our mothers had to, have some kind of a sole parent responsibility while our fathers were out there fighting for our country. Our mothers had to cook for us, had to make sure they're educating us, had to be disciplinarians at the same time. And also want to pick something from you that that maybe to the parents out there, that we should encourage our children, whatever dream they have, the talent they have. It shouldn't be, like one directional. If your child is good, is talented in dancing, in sports or whatever, encourage that. Always be there for your child, whatever path they have chosen in life. There should be some kind of encouragement to help them excel in their careers in life. Thank you so much, Ms. Chan. We really appreciate having you, and congratulations once again for the win. It is a continuous win. You continue carrying the flag, continue doing what you're doing for our people. So thank you very much, Ms. Chan. Okay, I would love to bring on Miss Christine. Miss Christine won the gender award. Miss Christine, let's see you. Hello, Miss Christine. How are you? And you're muted. You're muted, Miss Christine. Can you unmute? Okay. Oh, perfect.
Hello.
Perfect. I want to hear the excitement in your
Can
voice.
you hear me now?
You. I can hear you. I can hear you. So, Miss Christine, you won the gender award. Tell us, how did that feel?
Wow. Thank you so much. When I win the gender award, I was so shocked. I couldn't believe, because looking at the marvelous gender work our women at the national level do, I could not compare or rate myself to that level of award winner. But when I win the award, it has given me a courage to double my effort to work with my women, and also to ensure that the young girls should also do the same. And then it also has given an opportunity to me that now I can be able to change the society, especially in terms of gender equality, and then be able also to mainstream the issue of gender into all the, to ensure that I advocate with all the partners, the community, the government, to mainstream the issue of gender into their programming, so that men as women. So I am really very excited with this winning of the award. And then also it is an opportunity of we as women that we can also do it, especially women of South Sudan, because in most cases we have been looking at ourselves as women. We underrate our activities that we do, not knowing that all what we do contribute to the nation building. And also as women of South Sudan, we also have the chances of standing on our own and stand firm to also advocate for our rights in our country, and then also to be able to show to the rest of the world that good things also comes out from South Sudan. Yeah, and then with this award, it has given me an ability to deepen my women and the girls' involvement and be their role model. It has helped me break the silence of fear, and also able to encourage women to report all the harmful practices of violence against women and girls in our country or in my community. And then this is really a clear indicator that women can do it. Yeah. So should I continue?
I am really impressed about what you have. You feel you've prepared for, or you've been doing, but for sure we cannot we cannot ignore the fact that the topic of gender equality in our community, or basically I'm talking of the status of women in our community being really unbalanced and you have, I would say that you have a lot on your plate, Miss Christine, when it comes to this topic. But I picked up on a few things, like you said, women, we can do it as well. We are not inferior. To be honest,
Yes.
we are not inferior. We are contributors to a very great level to the development of our society. We are actually the backbone who are feeding the men out there. We are the ones who are keeping the families together. We are in the offices. We are engineers. We are doctors. At the same time, we are mothers. We are keeping our family units intact. So we still have a lot in changing, I would say, the status quo of our society right now regarding women, how women are perceived in society. This is a topic that we need to keep on talking about over and over, so that we can change the mind of society, how they perceive the women in our society. So you have a lot on your plate, Ms. Christine. Just maybe to ask you, do you have something in particular that would be a parting shot, a message, a key message that you want to give the women in South Sudan, or women in general?
Okay. The key message is that I wanted to give to our women is women, we should give ourselves time, and then to check and balance the life you are in as a woman, and then also, and then give time to be with our community, to make sure that whatever problem situations that they go through, we also be part of it, and try to at least to harmonize, to bring in peace into the family, into the society, into the countries. Because if we distance ourselves from our fellow women or our community members, we will not really be able to deliver the message, the key messages concerning peace building in this country. That's why it's very important that women should give time for themselves, to be humble, and then also respect whoever without discrimination, then accommodate all people together, and then stop non-discrimination, and then be able to work with each and every individuals, like persons with disabilities. We should not ignore them, and then children, straight children, and then all 80 people. And then these are the things that we have to look into, because these are the very vulnerable people who are unable to support themselves. But being us as women closer to them, and then we can be able to change their life, then we can be able to raise their concerns, we can be able to advocate on behalf of them. That's why it's very important that we also as women have a great role to play. And then also we should not ignore our boys and the men, because as we work side by side, we can be able to break out the
Sorry, I believe we lost Miss Christian there, but I picked up on a few things that that she highlighted. Like, one, we should not forget our special needs people in the community, the aged, the disabled, the differently abled people, if I can call it that, as well as we should not forget our young men. Having this conversation should be alongside also the men in our community, because these are the people that we need also to change the perception, how they see the women and stuff. Another thing is, we are mothers to boys, to sons. We should start it young. There is a saying that if you want to mold something or a tree, you should be able to bend or mold a young a young tree, or if I can call it that, a young tree, that is the one that you will be able to shape into what you want it to be. So we should start young we should start early with our boys or young men in community, also for them to be participants in this conversation when it comes to gender equality. I would like to move on and bring on Honorable Aya into the conversation. Honorable Aya, are you with us?
Yes.
Good. Is it evening? I believe you're in
Yes.
South Sudan.
Afternoon, yes.
That's great. Good evening to you, Honorable Aya. You are the winner of overall Peace Award. Now that speaks a lot. Let's hear it from you. How did you feel about this? Was it a surprise, and how did you take it? What does this mean to you and to women in South Sudan in general?
To be honest, I was shocked. Remember, I was nominated in the category of leadership, and I went there as a Minister of Gender, Child and Social Welfare. So now to be announced as the winner of this particular award was a shock to me. I had mixed feelings. I didn't know how to react. But yeah, I'm here and very grateful. I'm honored because to me it means the decision I made to forgive and the decision I made to step forward and say, I'm here to take part in the implementation of this peace agreement and to serve my people has impacted on women. Women who decided that let's give this award to I. And I'm sure there are many other women out there who don't have the opportunity to be assessed the way they have been assessed. And having won this would give them hope that the little things we do counts. And that's also good for them because at some point, somebody has to forgive. Somebody has to forgive and let go for us to move this country forward. I appreciate South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum for this award. I thank you very much. And I really want to thank all the people, starting from my son, my family, the South Sudanese community, and everybody else who supported me, who encouraged me, who saw something in me and kept on pushing me to where I am now. I know at some stage I might have felt or maybe discouraged somebody, but I'm happy that you guys stood by me, and here I am, very proud of all of you.
Thank you, Honorable Aya. What I would like to say that these awards, little as maybe, it is a way of saying that we see you, we see what you're doing for the society in your own way, how you call it, in your own small way. We see that you're doing something for our people, that we recognize you and we appreciate what you're doing for our people. So besides that, we do also appreciate the other people who are playing their part, but this is we want to say that we appreciate you, Honorable. I would like to ask you one thing, besides asking you what would be your key message to the women out there. How did the public take your winning this particular award? How did they take it? And do you think it will change how the conversation will be out there later for you, based on this award?
I received many messages, privately, phone calls, messages like, we are proud of you, you deserve it, you deserve more. Yeah, but then that's also a challenge because it's a huge responsibility that I'm given now. I'll have to behave peace, talk peace, think peace, act peace. So it's not just this part of the celebration, but I think it's beyond that. But I know with the support of everybody around me, because I know so many people supported me in what I did and what I'm doing. So they will always be there to see that we are successful. Well, as I said, it was emotional, and it brought memories of at some point somebody may think to forgive is a weakness. Why would you do it at this time? But now we are all speaking the same language. And I'm happy because everybody is on board. And some people would even say, hey, I thought you did that was a mistake, but now it has paid. So, yeah, I'm happy. I'm really happy.
I am actually glad to hear one thing that you say, that it has thrown more, like it's more responsibility on your shoulders. We have put you in, we mean well, but we put you out there so that society also sees what you're doing, as well as know that this is the person to emulate when it comes to peace, or talk peace, or live peace. This is the person to look up to. And we are glad that we actually, in a way, threw a bit more light on you on this particular topic. And we hope that this is the beginning of more talk on this particular topic, as we have been doing it in the past. Like you're saying, we, as South Sudanese, not only you, but as South Sudanese, we have had to live with having to forgive over and over. The same things are happening, and we have to forgive and pick ourselves up and continue with the journey with the hopes that eventually we will have peace in our country. Honorable Aya, we want to hear from you, a parting shot. What do you have for us? What is a key message that you would want to give to the South Sudanese women out there? Thank you.
I want to say that the little things we do counts. And as much as we may think there are little people outside there are people who are watching us. So with what you have, the little you have, do what you believe is right. To all of us South Sudanese, we've had our experiences, but we need to move on. We need to forgive, and forgiving also helps you as a person, and you let go of what has happened, and then you move on. The second thing that we really need is to live a peaceful life with yourself, with your environment, their family, neighborhood, and everybody, so that together we can build peace in this country. And the other one is really hard work. Nothing comes for free. We have to work hard. And I want to say this especially to women. We have to work hard. We have to work hard for us to get what we want. It doesn't just come. It needs our collective effort to make sure that this country comes back to peace and sustainable peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. For sure, we as women, we, besides fighting for the fact that there is a percentage of us who need to be representatives in our government or on the decision-making processes in our country, we need to work for this. For that place, we need to work for the place on that table. We need to earn it to be able to sit at that table and be contributing members of society. Besides just being told, because you're women, we need to have this particular number of seats. We should be women who actually earn this particular seats in decision making in our society. So thank you very much, Honorable Warile. We appreciate having you here with us. Congratulations once again for the win. It means we put our trust in you. And like you said, a bit more responsibility on your shoulders. But thank you very much for being one of the exemplary women in our community. Thank you very much. With the permission, I would love to move on to Honorable Nagoromoro. I hope I pronounce it correctly. Honorable Nagoromoro. It's a tongue twister. I am sorry.
Nagomoro.
Nagomoro?
Yes.
Okay, now I got it correct. Nagomoro. So, Honorable, welcome very much. Thank you for joining us, for taking the time to sit with us and just have a very quick discussion. We want to, basically, we want to check your feelings, how you felt about this particular award that you presented with for education. Education is a very sensitive topic right now in our community, with a very small percentage of our people having access to education or even appreciating the importance of education in our community. So we applaud you, Honorable Nagomoro, and basically would love to hear how you felt about winning this award. This award being our recognition in our own small way of your efforts in our community towards education. So please, let's hear how you felt about this. Were you surprised? What does this mean to you, and probably to women or young girls in our community?
Thank you very much for this opportunity that you've given me. First and foremost, I would like to register my sincere thanks to all the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum for having made a difference in our lives here in South Sudan on that particular day of 8th of July. The difference is here we are used to, or else we have edged from crying every day, tears running on our cheeks. We have developed wrangles because of stress. We always have carry pains in us. But that day, the difference was everybody, including me, we were extremely happy. That was a huge difference. You brought smiles on our faces and joy to our hearts and mind. And we were actually very happy. I, in person, was very happy. I want to thank you so much for that initiative. And it was of its kind. That has never happened before. Going to how I felt about it, I was extremely happy, and I really thanked God. And I believed God is alive because He does things quite unique and at His own time. What my response to the answer is could be yes and no. The no is, I begin with the yes to the award is Well, in the scripture, it says a prophet is never respected in his own village. So I thought this could not happen because we are also Sudanese, simple women. How can we deserve a word and we are just in our own country? Now I came to realize that it was not it all. We, out of the little that I did, that South Sudanese women were able to recognize and give me an award. I was extremely happy, and it gave me a lot of feelings. What does this mean? Yet the idea was very simple. I looked at our environment and I saw that one of the most sensitive and the most important thing we need in this country is education. And therefore, I went in for it in a simple manner, thinking I may succeed or not. But then, very many people came around me to support the idea, of which I'm here to say many thanks to every single person who supported the idea of education, the donors, my countrymen and women, in particular people from my home village, and in a special way, all the people from Western Equatorial State and across this country. They supported the idea wholeheartedly. And up to now, education has a very big demand in this country. I would say, let's go for it wholeheartedly. We like it or not, our girls are yearning for that. Let us nurture them in education, because once they're educated, I feel they will have the confidence in themselves. I feel the future looks bright for them. And I feel they will have no doubt of what they can do for this country tomorrow. So what I did was very little, but they will do more and much more than that one for this country. And that's the feeling I felt on that day. So thank you for appreciating the little, but much more will be done from and by the girls whom we are grooming now for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I want to divert a bit. I want to hear from you. Basically, it's we're asking for a key message to the women out there. But I want you to speak to our mothers regarding education. Our mothers, our children, and not I would not say like our mothers who are a bit knowledgeable of what to what level education contributes to well-being of a society, but I want you to speak to also to our mothers in a bit in the deep village. What message would you give them? Because especially in regarding our girls, we know that the level of enrollment of girls in our community into schools is very low. What message would you have for our mothers out there regarding our girls? Just you're muted, Honorable. You're muted.
Well, I'm not used to this. Let's see here.
I can hear you now.
All right, thank you so much. To our mothers, it's very important to talk to them, but I know mothers know what education is, and education begins from home and actually from the mothers, because right from the feta, the baby in the womb, begins to hear the voice of the mother before it is delivered. So I know our mothers have played a very big role, and they will have to play more, and still are doing a lot of it. So education begins from home. When the mothers who are listening to me now, you are there doing it, you begin to educate the kid right from home, especially the girls, on how to behave, how to do housework, the ordinary work, and how to respect, and what would be your future. Let me talk about marriage. What sort of a man would you like to marry? And how would you like people to perceive the kind of a woman would you be in your home, in your village, in your society? So the mothers do a lot in this regard. They train them, be a hardworking girl, respect people, respect yourself first. Make sure what you do in public or in private should give a good fame to the parents that, yes, that's the daughter of so-and-so. She does the right thing at the right time. That's the daughter of so she doesn't misbehave. She does what is expected of her at the right time. So mothers do all this. Education begins at home. I believe all mothers do this. I would give just a very simple example. When I was still at home, my parents, my mom, she never went to school. She didn't know what a blackboard is, but she taught me hygiene, cleanliness. I came to learn that what she was teaching me is the same thing in school. My father, the same. He told me, for him, at least he went to P1 and P2, but that was of that time. And he told me, the best thing in this world, there are only two things. I didn't know what were the two things. Then he said, pen and a hoe. You go to school, of course, you get all the qualification, but remember the manual work. You do the manual work, don't ignore it. If you handle an office, from the office, come home at 5, pick the hoe or pick the broom, do any manual work. That is what a woman is supposed to do. You have hands all around you. And with that example I'm giving, we actually are educated and we learn a lot from our parents and from our mothers in particular. And the way you behave when your brother is present and your own sister is there, they also teach us all this kind of behavior. Don't behave this way because this is your brother and this is your sister. So I would like to say to the parents of our day of today, not to forget this very important teaching and learning to the girls and boys. However, some of our women today, maybe they seem to be diverting to technology. So I'm begging them not to leave the girls and boys free to watch technology and to listen to whatever is being spoken on radio or which on clips. This is where they get out of the hand of the mothers, because what they teach them is different from what the technology takes them to at our time. Let them be a little bit closer to girls and boys and say, this particular technology is not good for them at that time, but at a different time. And the education comes first holistically, and that will help them, both boys and girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Technology is good. It is good, but it has to be regulated, and we need to know what to pick out of it, what is good for us, and what might corrupt us. And also education, whether formal or informal. I'm trying to actually just put together what I picked from what you said. Both formal and informal education is important. For the for our youngsters to have some kind of a holistic upbringing. They should listen to what the parents are teaching at home, which is more or less the informal education, and what they're getting formally in learning institutions. And lastly, besides working hard, you should also work smart. No, we both should be balanced. Work smart and and work hard as well. Thank you very much, Honorable. It was really a pleasure, and thank you for the wisdom that you have shared with us. We really appreciate you, and congratulations once again for winning the award on education. Thank you. Now, our next winner is a personal favorite. Miss Abul, let's see you, and I will tell our viewers why you are my personal favorite. Miss Abul. While we're getting Miss Abul to join us, I hope she's with us. I would love to tell you a little bit about Miss Abul, and here she comes. Good to see you. Good to see you, Miss Abul. I was telling the audience that you are one of my personal favorites. You are an epitome of talent. I have seen your work, beautiful, beautiful work. We appreciate you. We see the dedication that has been put into what I would call masterpieces that you're sharing with us, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ms. Abul. Won the award for innovation and arts, correct? Basically, we in the last few days or few weeks we have shared some of her work on social media. If you have not taken the time to have a look, please have a look at that, and let's support our local talent, our own talent. One of our young ladies who is doing a tremendous job in her sector. Ms. Abul, once again, welcome to the program and congratulations. And we would like to hear from you how you felt about winning this award and what does it mean to you having won this award.
Thank you. I was surprised, to be honest, but also I mean, I work hard, and especially with my art, and I knew I deserved it. You know, it means a lot to me. I've come a long way, you know, from the time I started, you know, high school, and since 2011, I've been painting seriously. And, you know, at the beginning, it was just like an hobby, and a lot of people didn't take me serious, and they just thought, oh, this is something you like to do. But then my father was always there, and he just encouraged me to paint, and you know, I appreciate him a lot. I can't even thank him much. So it made me, you know, very emotional that now people are beginning to appreciate it, or the work that I've been doing, it's really, you know, being noticed. And I live on art, basically. It also encouraged, you know, like, I'm happy that a lot of young women, young girls, that I think this is for them, the people that have tried to take the path of art, and it's, you know, maybe there's nobody to encourage them, and they can see that, you know, you can do so much with your talent, you know. So that evening, unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but I've seen the pictures, and then the phone calls I've received. It was very emotional, and yeah, super grateful.
Thank you. I would love to believe that the reaction that you got from the public is mainly positive, you know, support and congratulations and stuff like that. And but since you never know, there might be also a bit of criticism here and there as well. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about or the reaction that you have gotten from the public concerning winning this particular award?
I feel overjoyed, to be honest. I've also got a lot of, you know, calls from friends, and, you know, very supportive messages, and a lot of people are like, oh, you deserve it, you know, and we expected that anyway. So it was nice to know that, you know, people appreciate the work you do, and the work I do, and it's amazing. It's beautiful.
What would you say to the young lady, young man sitting there and doodling and trying to get something done, and you know, it's a starting point. For example, you yourself, you did not have full support besides your family, people who believe in you. So what would you say to the young people out there who have identified that they have a talent, not only in painting and stuff like that, in art, but could be sports, like could be information technology. They have a talent somewhere. What would you say to them to encourage them towards achieving their dreams?
No,
You're
like,
muted, sorry.
sorry. Yeah, I would encourage them to work hard and focus. If it's something that they really want to do, they should go for it and work hard toward it. Look at other people that have done it, and focus. Initially, like for me, growing up, I wouldn't, I think I grew up, I was lucky, I've been to Uganda and Kenya, I've hung out, I met a lot of artists and some amazing one that I looked up to. So, and every time, I see their artworks, I'm like, I want to do like this person. I want to, be this good. And it's a journey. If I look at my pieces from 2011 and I look at the work that I'm doing now, it's been a long journey that that we've come through. I would encourage them to to go for their dreams, look for help whenever it's not difficult to ask. It's okay to ask if you need help from whoever you think can give it to you. So yeah, I'm definitely would encourage. And for the young artists, that are coming up, especially the ladies, I would like to see, every day we open our newspapers and see Tom Dye and Adija, and Oguaro. But I would love to see, a young South Sudanese woman as well being, doing the cartoons and many other things. It's beautiful. Like, you can imagine. I really thank this South Sudanese Women Forum bringing us together as women to celebrate ourselves. It's not I think it's not that us in this room. It's not that we're doing any better than any other women. I know a lot of South Sudanese women that are doing great stuff out there, and it's just humbling to be here. And I'm even wondering, like, earlier when I walked in the room and I found Auntie Rebecca Joshua and, Professor Julia and all this. And I'm thinking, wow, do I even fit in this room? But it's a journey, and there's always a place where we begin. And, and what I would encourage them is be open for them to be open to their parents, tell them, speak, if this is what you want to do, this is what I've had. My father's like my best friend, and I usually tell him if there's something that I want to do, I'll tell him, hey, this is what I want to do. And I mean, as a parent, of course, I mean, I don't think it's that difficult for parents to notice, like, the interest that you have. So create that relationship, and and then it will be easy for you to achieve those dreams.
I am an 80s kid, and I remember in my era or in my time, all the parents, there were these particular career paths that the parents had for us. You're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a pilot. They had like 3, 4, 5 of them that were lined up for us, but they neglected some of some of our talents that were not looked at seriously. They were not taken seriously. I think it's until recently that people actually looked at some of these things, and so, actually, art is, it is a career path. It is a serious career path. It is contributing to society in its own way. It is as important as having a pilot. It's as important as having an entertainer, a DJ, or having a doctor in the family. So these are some of the conversations that our parents actually, maybe there's a bit of a difference now, or our parents need to have these conversations with their children, sit down your child and understand what do they see for themselves in the future. This is a conversation that is very important to have with your children. And as well as what I picked from you is that you persisted on what you came a long way in perfecting or to where you have reached. You came a long way. Nothing good really comes easy. You have to be persistent. You have to keep on doing it until you reach a level where you say, I'm actually good, or I am able to step up to the plate. And like I said earlier, in your own way, you're also contributing to society. So do not undermine your contribution. Sitting there with our more veteran leaders, the honorable sitting there, they also started from somewhere. For them to be where they are right now, for us to look up to them, they started from somewhere. And so are you. You will get there. And as far as we know, you have reached a milestone in your career, and which is worth recognizing. So thank you very much, Mr. Bull.
Thank you.
For your contribution to society. We really appreciate you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say that once again that we appreciate the people that we have talked to so far. It's been an honor talking to you, also hearing from you how you felt about the whole award thing, how you felt about society or women coming out and saying these are the people that in society we feel that they have led us in a particular manner that we appreciate. They're doing something for us. They're leaving a mark in society as women. Our next guest is Professor Julia. Professor Julia, welcome to the discussion. Professor Julia won the award for higher education. Professor Julia, welcome. Professor Julia Duani. You look very familiar. I have seen you before, Honorable.
She's coming.
Okay.
She's warming up.
And we really appreciate that you're taking the time to come and talk to us.
I know your day is 13 hours. It's already over. We are tired like dogs.
It's part of the sacrifice. But it's and I would say, yeah, like I said, it's part of the sacrifice what you're doing, and we really appreciate. We appreciate that you're taking the time. I promise not to take so much of your time, but I want to hear from you what this particular award meant for you. Probably when we had the physical meeting, when everybody was there was no enough time for you to also gather your thoughts and talk to us. But we want to hear from you. What does this award mean for you? And were you surprised that the women thought of you in such a manner?
I just want to, my voice is really low. I have kind of cold. I hope it's just allergies, not the other one. Yes. I'll use my marks later when I'm getting out. I was very surprised in the first place when I saw my name on the list. And there were so many qualified women who were in the category with me, and those young women who have also worked so hard to reach where they are. So I say maybe it is their time, not ours. Ours has passed. And may go to the young people. So when I got it, I got very excited, and I appreciate what the women, South Sudan women intellectual did to remember us, because most of the time we do things without thinking what will come after it. We just do them as our own duties to our own people. And we put that energy in so that the next generation coming after us will be also come and find that there's something established and they can pick it up and move on with it. So that was my surprise. And then the other one is when I went to the hall. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes that the hall was so packed with the women of South Sudan, and also some of the men who appreciate what we do also were in the hall to cheer us up. So from seeing the crowd, I was very much happy, and I felt like what was my feeling? I say, this is one lifetime thing you can experience, to have all women around you. And I really appreciate it. The work you guys have put in and the way you organize it and the way you remember us, we really thank you very much for what you have done.
I want to say this, and in no way am I calling you old, but I want to say that an old broom, an old broom knows which corners to sweep. You know all this, and all this all we are the ones who have experienced some of these things, who have understood some of these things, and you impart this knowledge to us, and we carry that torch, and maybe improve on that, or learn from the mistakes, if any, that you have made in the past. So we definitely appreciate your contribution to our community, Professor Julia. Professor Julia, I want to hear maybe something that you would impart to us, especially when it comes to higher education, where in South Sudan we are still struggling. We're still a struggling nation when it comes to that. We still have a long way to go. What do you think we should do as a nation, or what key message do you have for us to maybe improve on our strides when it comes to higher education? Professor, you are muted still.
I'm muted.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's on. In higher education, we are really still lagging behind. And I think it will be a long way for us if we don't double our effort to see that women join academia. Most of our students who come in and take their bachelor's, they just end up with the bachelor's and they don't come back. And that one is a big bottleneck for us as women of South Sudan. We really need to encourage young women to go for further studies, at least masters, and they can do their PhDs. In academia, you can find women, you can count them 1, 2, 3. We still have that challenge. And my experience as one of the VCs in one of our national university, I was the only one in the room, when there is a Senate meeting or there is a dean meeting, and I'm the one also sharing, the only woman. And they keep calling themselves, even the women who are working at the universities at the lower level, they call me sir. And I have to protest all the time when they call me sir. I say, this is madam. If you don't want to call me madam, call me Professor Julia. Don't call me sir. And I think it's because in higher education, we still really lag behind. One of the programs that I have done is to see that the young women who have finished their first degrees, at least to finish their masters. And then from there, we can help them also to be able to go for their PhDs. The challenge for them is they have young families, and sometimes it will be very difficult for them to leave their kids and go for further studies. But what we did was that to have the program at Juba University so that they cannot be far away from their families. The first team went to United States, and I have to beg the husband to remain with some young children to take care, and I tell them, give me this young lady, let she go. And I was very lucky to find very generous young men who are South Sudanese who really listened to my call, and I was able to take those young women to the US. And also now we have a program at Juba University. What is lacking is the funding. Is there really funding for us to be able to cover the scholarship without going to do other things besides come to studies and go back to homes and be able to provide for their family? We can do more. So for me, it's really the funding. If we have it, we can attract many young women who can come for further studies and can also go on to do their PhD, and we can increase our number. So I'm really excited, and I think now our voices are getting out through South Sudan women intellectual. We are very few of us who are really forward-looking, and those who have really worked very hard to make change in the communities and also to the workplace where we are. So we need to pull our socks together, pull our hands together, and we can say that we can beat the odds and we can increase the number of the women in academia. Yeah. Are we there? Are we there? I think it is.
Professor Julia, thank you very much. One of the reasons why, to a small extent, why we had this awards is to have it as a conversation starter. Like we want people to know that these are some of the issues that we're discussing in society. These are some of the issues that women are tackling in society. We want to know, has it been productive in that, has this started conversations in community? How are people taking you winning this particular award? Are they talking about it? How is it in a positive? Has it been taken in a positive manner, or is it improving the discussions out there in society?
It was a great thing. I fell on the social media, like when Jesus was going to Nazareth, everybody came out to see Jesus. So my network was so jammed with so many good comments. Some of things I was asking myself, do they really all know me? And they are talking about all these things. So I really felt very, very, very happy. And the way especially the young people, cheered me up on my Facebook, and I was thinking maybe all these quotes that these young people have put on my Facebook, I'm going to make a small book out of it so that I can keep reading it all the time. So people were very happy, and they say at least women are beginning to recognize themselves of what they are doing, and it is a call now for everybody to be able to celebrate our women, and because they are doing more. These ones, whatever we do as individuals, we do it as a duty, and if you have a privilege to be in a place where you can do more, so that our country needs a lot of work, and it needs a lot of young women to be pulled up, and especially young people, not only women, but also our boys. They are getting lost in the mist. So we need to do more. As we are a front, we are saying that the next generation is coming. We will stay there and we will bring them up so that they can continue the journey. So for me, I was very happy. Whenever I open my Facebook, it is a new thing that comes up, and it gives me a lot of smile in my face, so that I was really very happy, and the public was really happy. I was, up to today, they're still, sending me the messages congratulating me, and I say, there is this song you sing in the church, that if nobody know me, he's higher about know who I am. And if 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 somebody doesn't know me, God knows me. And I think this is part of what we do. We don't do it to think that we will be awarded, but we do it because as a mother, as a woman, you are a part of your society, and you need to contribute to make the society much better.
We are going to test, Honorable Professor Julia. We're going to test that singing voice today. Can we sing? Can you sing for us a bit of the song?
I don't know. My voice is so terrible now. If nobody knows me, God, no. Let me start. Min Jadid. The voice is so bad. I think I'm not going to sing it because the voice is so bad. Maybe next time I will try.
No problem. We will remember that. We keep, and we hold you up to it for next time.
Next time I am going to practice it, and then I'm coming to sing it, so that all.
And we hope you feel better from that cough.
Yeah, I can sing to you the song we did during our peace campaign.
That would be great.
Yes,
that would be great. But one thing that I'm also looking forward to is that in the future, you will not be the only woman sitting at that table having the conversation. That will be more women who will join you and participate in nation building from this particular sector that you are in. At the same time that next there will be a balanced gender identification instead of calling you sir.
Yes, I know. When I left almost 17 women who were lecturers who have done their masters through this program. So I think that we have left some footsteps, and this is always what I say. When you are somewhere, just grab one hand and pull it with you up there.
Now these are proper qualities of a leader. A leader, you need your people. You need also people who are enlightened as well. You need to bring your people to your level, to some level of understanding as well, to be better participants in the community in regards to nation building. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Junior.
Thank you for the effort, and thank you for the opportunity, and let us continue the journey, up to the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
That was really, really nice. I would like to maybe just quickly bring Christine back, Miss Christine, because she never got the opportunity to give us a parting shot. There was a bit of interruption. Christine, please go for it. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you once more. I had only a key messages that I wanted to send out to the publics that concerning this award, and then also it should end with me, and then it should not also end with a process to women intellectuals that we are here, we will be able to support you, and then to make sure that this program continue. And then we really appreciate your efforts that you have done to all of us here as the winners. And then we are also appealing to the well-wishers to support the women activities, especially women at the grassroots level, we have a number of challenges that we go through that we don't have time now to at least to elaborate on, because we have a long queue to go with the winners. And then I also wanted to urge our women leaders among us that especially this issue of women inclusivity, and then at least let them also come down to us, and then so that we can be able to really build the nation. I also wanted to say once more that we have a number of vulnerable children who have associated with the armed groups, with the armed conflicts. These children need a trauma healing program. They need trauma healing program as one way of preparing them to enroll into the formal education programs. And then we also have dropout mothers from the age of 14 and above. These young mothers really also need illiteracy and numeracy programs that needs to at least to change their lifestyles, to be able also to take care of these children who are abandoned by the biological fathers. And then that's why it's very important that I said I should not really keep this message for myself. And then also I wanted once more to appreciate all the women intellectuals. May God bless you. And then also and also our government of South Sudan, especially the Ministry of Gender, and then of standing with us as women. We really appreciate and recognize at our level as women. And the message will not also end with me. It will not also end with us. We have to make sure that we carry it ahead. And then I am here and ready and available to work with you at any time that you really need my support. But also I have to do my part as you people have recognized me. Thank you once more.
Thank you very much, Ms. Christine. I am glad that we were actually able to give you the opportunity, or you were able to give us your key message. A very, very important message there, that we should not leave other people behind, especially people who maybe for one reason or the other, the opportunities the opportunities have changed in society. For example, our young girls who get pregnant, and then most families, what I understand, most families, they think that is the end of the young girl's life. Either she's married off or sits at home with no hopes for a better future. So these are conversations that we should have, knowing that mistakes are made. We should be able to pick ourselves up and make better choices or improve on our contribution to society. Thank you very much, Christine. We appreciate your contribution, and thank you and congratulations once again for winning the award. Thank you. Yes, and she's here, Miss Modi Baraza, our winner for humanitarian service. Good evening. How are you, Miss Modi?
Good evening. I'm so fine. Thank you.
Good to see you this evening, looking very bright and very smiley. Hopefully, we have not kept you very long.
Yeah, it's okay.
So I like the others. I really want to say that we are proud of you. We are proud of the contribution that you are making to society. We appreciate you as a woman, as a leader in our society, someone who stands out, someone we should emulate and look up to. Thank you very much once again. But I just want to quickly hear about the award and how this felt for you, basically for you and people around you, especially women in South Sudan. What does this mean to you? What does this award mean to you? Sorry, Miss Modi, you are
Okay.
muted. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Basically, this award came to me like a very big shock, in a sense that I was not really expecting this award to come to me as a humanitarian, because I was not, like, I look at myself not like a very qualified person to take this award, given the fact that there are a number of women there doing the same service that I'm doing with the young women. But it came to me as a shock. That specific moment, I felt when I went to the pulpit to talk, I was like, all my words vanished. I did not know what to say, and then I could not know where I was. And then the only thing I would have said is like, thank you for giving me this award. I'm really very excited with the work that South Sudan women intellectuals are doing for awarding or recognizing the effort that women are doing in South Sudan. For that specific moment, that day, I was going with the intention that at least the recognition for the effort that we have been doing as women of South Sudan for the development and then the peace building in our community was what I was going to see. And then reaching there, I saw how nice the place was organized, and then how women were like excited with each other. Women were playing together, talking together. It made me that day was so marvelous and then very peaceful in my heart. I felt peace in my heart. And then given that fact that this award, the work that I have been doing since my childhood is like, being a woman who got married at a young age, at 17 years, and then living with a family that is new to you after losing my mother, and then you become like somebody who is work like a slave, more or less, and then doing all domestic work. I felt the need for young women so that they can be able to be empowered, because I had a bad experience. So my effort is basically to empower young women who are vulnerable and then they are voiceless. This award goes to them basically. And then also this award also goes to my late husband who was assassinated, because he gave me a freedom of at least freedom of expression or participating in whatever meeting that he was there, and then at least making sure that he backed me up so that this program and this organization that we started can go successfully. And then you see, if in our community, young women have a shrinking space, and then they are most of the time vulnerable, looked at like only like a source of wealth, look at like they have no stronger word to talk or to argue things out, but neglecting the fact that these are very key people with the new ideas, with the new talents that is upcoming, that if given a chance, they will be able to be a good leaders in the future. The leadership building of young women is more really crucial for us now in South Sudan, so that we can, if we need to see like greater leaders and then coming up, replacing us, is one thing that I'm really looking forward. And then it has been my passion. I've been so passionate about it. And then I always struggle to make sure that the leadership of young women is built, and then the opportunities given to them, being it job opportunity or exercising their talents. So that's how excited I was, basically.
This young women that you want to take up, the next leadership. What key message do you have for them? What would you tell them?
I would like to tell the young women outside there that they should not look down on themselves, or they should not think they are unable to do it. They can do it. Whatever anybody can do, a young woman can do it better even. So because now with current technology, that young women are more talented in so many doing all those things, and then they can be able to transform the community into a better society to live, because they know how to talk about the rights of the vulnerable young women at a grassroots level, and then also they air the voice of the voiceless or women out there. So without, given the culture that we are having, in South Sudan, it hinders a lot of issues. Women are not supposed to do this. A woman is not supposed to say that. A woman is not supposed to do this. But these young women come up boldly and they start talking about their rights, talking about what is affecting them, how they can be able to contribute positively to the development of this country. So I would like to tell them that they can do it. If others can do, they can do it better.
That is very true. We have equal abilities, but at the same time, we'd like to also maybe our current leaders to make sure that the opportunities out there for both women and men, or young boys and girls, are the same, so that a young lady should be given the same playing field that a young man has been given, so that she will be able to, let's blame the girls if they're not able to grab an opportunity, but let the opportunity be there so that they have the option to take it up or not. So thank you very much, our girls. Hopefully they have heard what you have said. Once again, I would like to appreciate you for everything that you're doing for our community. For our young girls and boys as well. We should not forget them in this conversation, because we're not working in a vacuum. Yeah, if we want change, we should include also our young men in these discussions on how to change society. So thank you very much. I am glad that you took the time to sit with us and also tell us how you felt or what this particular award meant to you. Thank you, Ms. Modi. Our next guest, if I'm not wrong, will be Jacqueline Nasiwa. Miss Jacqueline? Aha.
Hello, Robina.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay.
Now, I want to say congratulations. At the same time, I want you to have just a very quick discussion and to acknowledge where we are as a community, our country, in matters human rights. We all know that our social structures are currently not, I would say some are in place, but not fully functioning. So there are a number of issues that we face as citizens or nationals of South Sudan, and we appreciate that the fact that we have people who are in the forefront, talking about our rights, making sure that our rights, that we enjoy our full our rights in society. At the same time, making sure that we are aware of what entails our rights in society. So we appreciate you, Miss Jacqueline, for being one of the people who is at the forefront, having this discussion, talking and representing the rest of us in the community. Having said that, how did the award feel to you? When you got this award, what went through your mind to start with? Yes, you were nominated, but then you actually won it. How did you feel about that?
Actually, when I went to the event, I was like, okay, let me come and help and we all celebrate. And I had a pushback, I think, with Aisha. She knows that. And I was like, Aisha, I need to support others on this award, not myself. And I told them I'll be happy to have someone join me in the fight for human rights. And she's like, okay, they will all be there. And I was like, okay, if there are more people who are going to be there, that should be fine. And then when I went there, I was surprised that I had a medal. I was expecting just to get recognition for certificate. But when I got the medal, I was like, oh my God, And then one thing that moved me a lot was seeing the South Sudanese women coming together and, dressing in white and the different colors and everybody looking beautiful. I was reminded of the time when we had our independence celebration. And it became too emotional for me because I'm one of those who celebrated the independence last in 2012. And to be frank, looking at how events unfolded, I was like, I cannot celebrate, I cannot lie to myself. But on that day, marking the 10th anniversary was very special to me, given that I'd worked on the referendum and seeing how women were lining up for the vote. And I was one of the person who came with the slogan during the referendum to mobilize women, saying like, your vote is your voice. And looking at the women in the house that day reminded me that we have a force and women can be a positive change for this country and we can celebrate independence again. I think this award was a challenge to me, given that working for human rights in this country is very, very, I could say like sensitive, but also very challenging because you don't have the space. I could say that much as we have the laws that protect our rights, like in our constitution, the Bill of Rights, the international legal instruments, and talk about the policies that we have, they all talk about rights. And I think if we look at our history of liberation, it's about freedom, it's about liberty. But when it comes to ourselves now as Junubin, our rights are limited and restricted. And I feel this award is a challenge. And it's a challenge to me to ensure that we build more voices, but also to ensure that people know about their rights and they are able to speak about it and protect their rights. One thing I see is that rights are universal and it's our responsibility all to ensure that our rights, our dignities are restored as women, but also as a nation. Nation is founded on rights. Without rights, when people's rights are violated, and then there will be breakdown of rule of law and we will not have a stronger society. So it's a challenge to me that we have to work more in terms of having the space and also in terms of having our rights protected and also to promote them in our society. So I felt so happy and humbled, but I also felt challenged, like how do we make these rights a reality in our country? How can we protect the women, particularly women who have suffered because of the conflict and also suffering in their homes, the domestic violence that happened. And we have a lot of street children, and some of their rights are violated with people not knowing that they also have their rights which could be violated. So how can we make everybody in society understand that human rights are very important? And I think this is a call for all of us to realize our worth and also our dignity as a people. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, and I also feel that it's a wake-up call. This event is very beautiful. And most of the time as women, we have not come together to recognize that we have been doing the little we have and we are helping society to grow. And sometimes also when we're in positions of power or decision-making, we tend to ignore that we have the power to change. And this award to me is a wake-up call. It's just like I could say probably it's one of the accelerators that is telling us that you are driving, but you are driving slow. Maybe you need to add your speed. And all the awardees, I could say that we are being reminded that we need to do more because we are dealing in a situation where our country needs our help. And it's us women who can help as we lead the people of South Sudan.
Thank you. You talked about the dress code. I was looking at the pictures personally. I was not there, and the women, it was beautiful. Everybody in white, or at least a bright color, and the mood was very jovial. That was really nice. And part of it also is I think it was more symbolic in that we are making noise without, if I can say, making noise without making noise, like without speaking. We came out there and showed the nation that we as women, we're here, we're doing something. As well, in a way, it was a way of us gathering, the women gathering and giving a pat on each other's shoulders and saying, you've been doing a good job. As much as we do not say it all the time, but we see what you're doing and you're doing a good job. Please continue what you're doing for the nation. It was really, really, really great. I picked up on a few things on what you said, but I would like maybe if you can just make it more concise and tell us out there what would be your parting message, or what would be a key message to the women in our community in matters our rights, because for sure not all of us know what our rights are, and sometimes we do not know when they are being violated at all. Besides not knowing what they are. So what message would you have? And not only for the women, but then also for our government. How do we make the citizens aware of what is their right, or what are the processes that they would take to ensure that their rights are respected?
And let's live to what we promised to be doing for the people of South Sudan. And I think our slogan in our constitution is saying South Sudan is founded on justice, liberty, and rule of law. So this all comes to a human rights aspect. And if we want to live a decent society, if we want to have our people to enjoy the fruits of independence and the liberation struggle, let's guarantee their rights, because rights bring discipline, rights also bring respect and tolerance. And without these ones, if we cannot tolerate ourselves, I think someone was talking about our beautiful social cohesion. And this can only come when we respect ourselves and respect our diversity, tolerate each other's opinion, and allow the space so that people can have a conversation. And I could say that every person in this country, whether you are in government or you are in the community, you have a right. And your right has to be respected regardless of who you are. And to the women, I could say that women have rights. And I have a community guide written, Women's Rights are Human Rights, and we use it for doing community awareness. So I call every woman who knows about human rights and who knows about women's rights to spread the message to the communities and also to the women, so that they know their rights and they know their worth, and they can be able to protect and participate. One important thing is that you cannot talk about women's rights without women, and you cannot guarantee their rights without them understanding it. So it's all our responsibility to educate ourselves to understand our rights, so that when we are talking, we talk from an informed point of view.
For your contribution to society, as well as being able to join us in this conversation. Thank you very much. I forgot to ask you something, just a quick one. How did this award, how was it received in society, or maybe let's talk about your neighbors or people at your workplace? You winning this award, how was it received, and do you think it has contributed to the conversation regarding human rights?
Yeah, I think I received, I could say, mostly positive responses from my family, from the community, from South Sudanese, and also from some of my international friends. And whatever they were saying is like, you deserve it. And I'm like, I don't deserve it. The people of South Sudan deserve it, because we are fighting for their rights. And I think it also helps me to know that people are watching outside there what I do, and they are able to know if I'm working for the right thing or not for the right thing. And if they also felt motivated that I was recognized. Not only me feeling it, but they also felt like, oh, this award was worth it, and we are happy that you are given it and you deserve it. I had shared it with my daughter, who is 13. And she's like, Mommy, you don't sleep. That is good that they gave it to you. And I'm like, okay, I'm giving it to you also to keep it so that next time you can defend rights like this. And she's like, no, me, I want to become a doctor. And I'm like, okay, still you can also save lives. So everybody is happy. And it's like they feel I'm impacting on their lives, and I'm also helping them to protect their rights and know their rights. So the community and my friends outside there, they were so excited. And they also started asking about the Women Intellectual Forum, like what do they do? And I have to explain to them what the forum is. And there's quite excitement. And I think they have like some follow-up discussions on that, which we'll discuss later on. But by and large, I think the event was great. And also South Sudanese didn't celebrate the independence. So it became like a mixture of that. And everybody was so happy, like at least the women came up with something to commemorate the day. And it's the first of its kind. And I think pulling up the event was not easy, I could say from experience. And the first thing we went was like there was no power. Aisha was struggling, Dr. Ann was struggling, all the volunteers were struggling. And then God just performed some miracles and we started well. And then the food, we were like, oh, we invited few people and there were many people. But you could see because people were excited about the event, no one felt hungry. And also there was no much heat that day. And I could say God works for the women of South Sudan. And probably the God of South Sudan is a female.
Probably you might be right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only women who can actually pull some little miracles around here and there. Thank you very much, Miss Jacqueline. We really appreciate you as well for being here, and congratulations once again for winning the award. Continue doing the good job that you're doing for our society. Thank you very much. Now, our next guest is Miss Nyamach, who won an award in relation to environment. Miss Nyamach, welcome to the conversation. Now,
yes,
Miss Nyamach, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Now, your sector or your award that you won, it's something I think that we should appreciate, that it's a conversation that more or less right now in South Sudan has been put on the back burner because people feel that there are other heavier conversations that we should be having, matters security, matters development, and we tend to ignore some little things that I'm calling it little, but it's not little as such, that will impact us in the future. And this is our environment. And we are glad that this has been put on the table as well. Let our people know that that we should have a conversation on matters our environment and how to ensure that we live I would say an environment again, sorry to use the word again, that is conducive for generations to come. So I'm really glad that this has been recognized, and we are proud of you and congratulate you once again for having won this award in relation to environment. So, and that brings me to yourself. Tell me, how did you feel about that? How did you feel about being recognized for this particular award, and what does it mean for you as well as the community in general and women in particular, South Sudanese women? You're muted, Miss Nyamach.
All right, let me unmute. It's okay now? You can hear me? Hello? Hello? You can hear me now, Robina? Oh.
I can hear you. Now unmute again. Sorry. Not yet. Let's try once more.
All right.
There we go. Yes.
Yes, thank you so much, Robina. First of all, let me congratulate the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum. And I want to register my appreciation and gratitude to the award that I got and the recognition. To be sincere, the excitement is not only on that day. It started actually when I saw the post that we need to give awards for women. And I was so excited because women have to be recognized for the immense work that they're doing in the country in different sectors. So the excitement went on when I saw my name being nominated by one of my friends who have been with me in the university. And it was more exciting when I got to the hall. It didn't matter who was going to win the award, but I felt all of us were winners. And the fact that we gathered there in the Freedom Hall as women in the 10th anniversary of our country gave me the excitement, not only just the medal that I get. It wasn't that much as a surprise. In life, you have to dream, and whatever you do has to come. People have to acknowledge it, and you have to actually believe in yourself first and appreciate yourself first. So it wasn't a surprise, to me to get that, because what we are doing, I know people are seeing it, and the South Sudan women has seen it. This award to me means a lot. There are a lot of meanings in this award. It's actually telling me, hey, the little things that you have been doing that people don't notice have actually come to the daylight, and the discouragement that you have been given, because this field is a field that people don't think of it. As we see, even the Minister of Environment is neglected. So just imagine a whole ministry, and now you are an individual or just an organization trying to talk about the environment. People will tell you, we have been doing these things since, and we have just been living like that. There is nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can change. So this award actually made me move with my head lifted up, and actually to challenge those people who have been telling me that you're doing nothing, you cannot make anything. And while I've been telling them that the little I can do can change someone, and just when we change attitudes, we make sure that we have a clean environment. So this one means a lot, and it's making me to be recognized. And actually, I see it as itself, the award itself is an awareness and advocacy for environmental issues, because when people saw that somebody has been awarded because of environmentalism, then that one is sending a lot of message that there are people who are thinking about our environment. To the women of South Sudan, it's also mean that we're doing something, because it is us who are getting more affected by issues of climate change. Women are the one going to look for water from far places, and girls, many of them have gotten, kidnapped. Many of them went through a lot of sexual assault. Some of them actually got bitten by snakes, scorpions. Some of them were taken by, reptiles like crocodiles. So it is us. So this award actually means a lot to us, the women, because if our environment is secured, then the women of South Sudan are secured.
That is very true. Well, we need to take care of our environment so that it actually takes care of us, if we can put it that way. It's an important discussion, or an important topic that should be put out there, should not be taken for granted. And we're glad that this particular forum was or acted also as a catalyst, or shed some light also in society to show that this is a conversation that should be had. It is as important as all the other conversations that we are having as a young nation. So thank you very much for that. Just maybe I could ask you to just give us a parting shot, like a key message for the women out there, or for our society, or our nation in general. You're muted again, Ms. Nyamat.
This meeting.
Again? Yes. Now.
All right. The first message, actually, my message, I'll put it into 3 categories. First, to the government. And, as we are linking women to the environment, our environment is everything. All the sectors fall under the environment, because our environment is our surrounding. It's the water that we drink, it's the houses that we're in, it's the forest that we're using for our energy, and most of our energy actually comes from forests. It's everything that we depend on. So every sector actually depends on the environment. If no environment, then even us will not be there, because we are part of the environment. So my first message will go to the government of South Sudan. As you know, until now, the environmental bill, it's still in the parliament since 2015. It went to the Minister of Justice, and it's not yet enacted. And we cannot work without laws. So the first thing to the government, let them enact the law. The environmental bill has to be enacted so that we have laws and regulations that we work on. The second one is they have to consider the environmental issues and the Minister of Environment and increase their annual budget, because when you see the annual budget of the Minister of Environment, it's nothing actually. Even the ministry itself, it's neglected. So they have to prioritize environmental issues. To our women, all the women, not just the environmental issues, I want to send this message to the women who are in the government, all the one that they need to mentor. They need to identify those women, because some of them are very old. In the next 5 to 6 years, they might not be able to hold the position that they're in. So they have to identify women whom they have to bring up. They coach them up and bring them, to take up those positions once their time is over, because a great leader is a leader who will identify who is going or who is going to replace him or her, and train those people up, bring them up. They need to coach the young female, the young women. They have to be coached, and we need to put our efforts in environmental protection. We start from our homes, train our children not just to litter, train them to respect, train them to use water wisely, and train them not to burn charcoal west or anyhow. And then to the young females or young women who are coming up, please, we need to leave all those things, the luxury that we need now. We have to delay our gratification, and we have to build ourselves. Read books, connect with women like the way we are now. We are more connected than before. Join other women groups. Do what people are doing instead of wasting our time most of the time in so many things, doing parties, going for weddings, doing a lot of things that cannot add up. Let us read books. Let us develop ourselves. For those who have finished bachelor's, go ahead, because if we are fighting for 35%, then we have to be ready. We have to have women who are in a position to take those positions, women who will stand and will be heard, women who have voice. And we cannot have voice when we are not educated, we are not informed, we don't have our rights. I want all of us also to fight for the Bill of Rights, because environmental issues are human rights issues. Everybody has a right to clean environment. Everybody has a right to clean water. Everybody has a right to clean energy. All of us, we know in Juba, we don't have lights, but that one is a right that every human being, every woman, every child needs. So I thank you so much for having me in this place. I know we have a lot to talk about, because most of us are activists, and activists are like pastors or politicians. When you're given the floor, you have a lot that you want to pour out, but because of our time, I really thank you so much, and I wish we will have platforms, to discuss more about women issues, because we are really going through a lot of things. Thank you so much, and I want to appreciate the group for the great work that you're doing. Have a nice time where you are. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. I really appreciate that. For sure, we hope that in the future we will have more opportunities to have these discussions, to sit down in these forums and talk about issues that affect us as women in the nation. One of your parting shots, which I picked up, was concerning leadership, that a leader should realize at some point that they need to pass the baton to the next person. Who are we molding to be our next leaders? And this brings us to our next guest, Honorable Betty Oguaro. Welcome to the discussion, Honorable. Thank you very much for joining us. And once again, I want to say congratulations for winning the award on leadership. Excellence in leadership, if I got it correct. I think that's it. I am I'm overwhelmed. I'm really glad to be in your presence to have discussions with you. I want to hear from you regarding the function that we had as women in South Sudan. I believe you were able to join us in the ceremony. What was your feeling, and what does this particular award mean to you as a person or as a leader, as well as the people who you are leading in society?
Thank you very much, Robina. And I would like to say thank you to the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum. Unfortunately, I was not in Freedom Hall that day, so I couldn't show you my happiness. But now I'm going to show you. I won the Leadership Award. So I want to say thank you so much to all the people who nominated me. I wish I knew them. I would have hugged them or sent them my thank you letter. But the fact that I could be nominated for this award tells me that there are quite a number of you outside there who have been following my work and appreciating it. So I want to appreciate you so much for it. It was really a big honor, because when I saw the list of the nominated leaders for this award, I was not surprised, because these are the people I'm always with them in the same circle. So I was just wondering who among us would win, because all of us in that circle are leaders and we are doing a lot. And so I'm really happy that among the leaders of leaders, I was still selected to be the best at this time. I want to say that this year, 2021, has been an exceptional year for me, because it started by, first of all, when we ended the national dialogue, I found myself chairing the meeting. I was not prepared for, because our co-chair suddenly got sick and was admitted in the hospital. But it went so well, and I was so pleased. So I was telling myself I entered the year 2020 very happily, because I managed to complete a task which I thought initially was very difficult, but I managed. Then it came to African Day. The Global Women Network of Peace Builders decided to celebrate me as the African Woman of the Year for them. And I was like, wow, of all this, I am now being celebrated by GNWP. I was very happy, but it didn't take long. South Sudanese women intellectuals decided to nominate me for the speakership and asked me whether I would accept the nomination. And if I do, they would like to interview me, which I did. And they interviewed me, and I was very happy with their support and the letter they wrote to the president. And I want to tell all the women outside there, it doesn't matter if we don't get the speakership. It does not matter, but what matters is that you women came together and stood behind a leader. So that was the most important thing, and it sent a wave to the leadership that now these women are beginning to organize. Because the leadership have always said women were not organized, women are always competing among themselves, women don't give chance to each other. But we have shown that the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum is beginning to bring women together and beginning to tell the women, let us unite and let us stand behind one person at a time. So I want to appreciate that. Then came this award. So my year 2021 has been really a very, very important year. And a year I would not forget, is a year I would I really put down. You asked me whether I got reactions from the people. I got a lot of reactions from everywhere. My community, to start with, my phone was ringing, the emails, WhatsApp, and then my friends, my colleagues, and a lot of you young people whom I don't know, but I could see from the WhatsApp, they were always, oh, we admire you, oh, we have been with you in this workshop or the other, or we have seen your work. I was so pleased that even the people I didn't know, I started knowing them. I was really so pleased. And I could read for you one or two things that people who congratulated me say. One, that at last your sacrifice is being recognized. So I am so pleased. I've been working without thinking I was sacrificing. I've been working that it is a duty that we should build up women. And I would like to build up women that will take over from us, because our generation really should now be building up rather than competing for positions. Another, this was from a man who said, wow, women are celebrating their diversity and achievements while the men are preparing and getting ready to kill one another. And then another one was also from a man who say, oh, this is a huge shift for women. And our prayers are that the wisdom of women should prevail so that South Sudan should see peace and prosperity. Then the other one said, this was personal now to me, that we are always convinced that you have much to offer. So you see, people are seeing women as the rescue of the country. So they're saying if women can get united, this country will change and this country will come to peace. So this to me was very strong messages from people that women, men are now seeing that the women are getting united, and there is power in numbers. The more we are, the more we talk together, the more we agree and move as a mass, the more the men will begin to listen to us. Thank you.
It's true. We need to change the narrative. We need to show it out there that women are capable to, or actually are contributors to development of our country. We can sit at the table and intellectually contribute to the discussions regarding our nation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. And just a quote that I picked up, and I would like to read it out. Maybe this is it to me, from me to you. And the quote goes, if your actions inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. So we believe you're a leader, Honorable. Thank you very much for holding our hands and continuing to do that. The sacrifices that you and other of our mothers and women are making for our country are appreciated. You and other of our mothers and women are making for our country are appreciated. We see it. It's not that we've not been able to get the opportunity to actually come out and give you a pat on the shoulder and say, thank you very much. We see what you're doing. We see you and we appreciate you. And this is a starting, this is a beginning of that we hope that in the future we can always come together and say, good job. This is job well done here. This is how we can improve as women. This is how we can come to the table and also take what rightfully belongs to the women. Take some of these opportunities from the table and have discussions with the men. Do you have a key message for us, Honorable?
My key messages for women would be, one, we would like to appreciate the intergenerational coming together that South Sudanese women intellectuals have now organized, and that we should really mold it to build and get stronger and stronger rather than weakening it, because I have seen that normally women's organizations start very eagerly, and then in the middle, the women begin to fight themselves and the organization may die. But I think now there's a time to change. The women, the elderly women, the middle and the younger women, now we need to come together because everybody have some ideas and that we can share to improve the country. Secondly, I want to say that let us talk peace. This was an award for peace. So let us talk peace. We should live peace. We should dance peace. We should sing peace. because we want peace in South Sudan. Without peace, there's no way that we can enjoy our lives. Our children have really suffered. We ourselves were born in war, we grew in war, we went to education, some of us in the neighboring countries, some of us abroad. But we want our children to go to schools in South Sudan and enjoy a country they can call their own. So let us now encourage peace in South Sudan. And as I said earlier, there is advantage in numbers. The more we come together and talk about peace and tell these men in South Sudan to put down their arms and then talk peace, we will be in a better position. And I know we can do it if we come together. And then I would like to encourage even the women that let us monitor how this peace is going. If we see it going wrong, let's get together and shout and make noise. And we say, no, you are not implementing this agreement. The little ceasefire that we have enjoyed, we want it to be permanent. So unless we make noise that we want a permanent ceasefire and we don't want to hear any bullets anymore, it will not happen. So women, the world is now watching you. South Sudan men are now getting afraid that you are getting together and things may change, and let us change things. Let's tell the men that we are tired of war, we want peace, and that there are now so many South Sudanese who are educated, talented, courageous. It's not in the past where they used to tell us that there are no women. Yeah. Every time when there's a position, they will ask, where are the women? Now we have women that we can name at fingertip. Lastly, I would like to say, let us rally behind this organization. It is not a party. We have our individual parties that we can always go to the party centers and talk party politics. But when we are together now in South Sudan, Sudanese women intellectuals, we should talk, our party should be being a woman. And our party should be, our vision should be seeing peace in South Sudan and seeing every woman progressing. You asked earlier, I think it was Nagaromo, about education. I want to say to the mothers who are at home that yes, we know you're in difficulties because at rural areas, you need the daughter to help you at home while you go and till the land to bring food to the house. But please make the daughters stay in school, let them remain in school. Once they finish secondary school, they can decide what to do. They can either join work or continue with education. They will help you more. Even better, the dowry will be paid for that educated girl. So let's educate our girls and let's open way for girls leading South Sudan. Thank you. And thank you so much for this award. It is really a lifelong award.
Thank you, thank you. It's our little way of saying we appreciate you and we see you and we see what you're doing for our community. Thank you very much, Honorable. And thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Next, now I see her already here, very fast. Thank you very much, Miss Jacqueline Kenyi, Peter Kenyi. Welcome to our discussion, and sorry for keeping you waiting for all this time. I would like to say, to start with, is that congratulations for winning the award. And as well to say that we appreciate you. It is, as we said, it's a small way of saying thank you very much, and thank you for being a part of the backbone of our society. So just so that I don't keep you too long, I want to say maybe to ask you to tell us about what this award meant to you, and what it meant to people around you. I would say your neighbors, your family, or the society in general, what that meant to them and how this award was received, as well as if there was any, did it become as a catalyst for conversation or a conversation starter among the people in society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank Matakio, Loria, and Mary Ingiria for nominating me. and for this incredible award. And big thank you to Aisha and Harry and the dedicated leadership team of the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum for recognizing the work I've been doing in the diaspora. And of course, I wasn't alone. I was with a team of people all the time. Like people always say, "Ayed al-wahid lan yasafik illa al-yadain." So it meant so much that at least the little work I've been doing is recognized in my own homeland. I've gotten many recognitions and awards in the diaspora from the American communities and from news media and all of that. But this time it has touched my heart so much because it's coming from my home. Yes, I was surprised to hear that I won this incredible award for the South Sudanese diaspora contribution. I was really surprised because I know when it was posted on the forum, there were so many people. There were so many women that were nominated for all various awards, including this one. And I thought mine was just a drop in an ocean, but it turns out to be really something great, and it meant a lot to me personally. It meant a lot. Winning this award, meaning that the journey has to continue. We don't need to stop here and say, "Oh, I've won the award and now I just have to relax." It means that we have the ability to change the world, to change South Sudan, to make it a better place, to make it a place that we want, the place that we dream about, for our children, for our future generation, for our elderly, for our disabled, for all the people living in South Sudan, even for our men. It means that we need to really start pulling up our socks and put the boots and continue doing the great work we are doing to build public awareness, and also like to come up with our own creative ideas of how we can bring peace, everlasting peace to South Sudan. We don't need to say, "Okay, I've done this and now I'm okay." No, this is the time that we need to continue working. We need to empower our generation. We need to empower our women. We empower them educationally, because once they have that education, no one will take it away from them. Once they have the education, they will generate that creativity of doing things and wanting to achieve more. People always say, like, reach for the sky's the limit. You reach for the moon. If you fail, grab a star and come down. So this is what we want to. We want to continue doing the work that we have been doing. And I'm so grateful that at least as women, we are able to recognize ourselves. We are able to work to better the situation in South Sudan and better the lives of our people, and then move forward like that. I feel so much humble to share this platform with very, very grateful and powerful women of South Sudan, the generals, the honorables, the other women who have won different awards there. It's a great, great way to recognize what we have been doing. And I feel like, I'm among those smart, great, caring, loving, and strong women who have done incredible work in South Sudan. They have contributed to the communities we have in South Sudan, not only physically, but also with thinking, bringing future women up, bringing future generation up to continue building that country of ours. I feel so honored about this. I've gotten so many messages from people abroad, positive messages, encouraging messages that, "Oh, this is incredible. It is great. This is a deserving award for you." I'm just I feel lucky to be surrounded by people who are strong, who have helped me. They have helped shape my thinking and helped me realize the potentials in our women and our young girls. So I'm honored to be one of those women.
The award is well deserved. It is deserved for sure. I am sure you have a key message for us, but maybe allow me to also take what you have said and maybe throw it in there as part of the key messages, that what we have started, this is not it. It is the beginning. We should continue with the struggle. We should make sure that the processes that have been put in place to ensure that our society improves do not stop with this particular generation, or do not stop with this like thinking people like yourself, but also with the generations to come, to ensure that our society is or reaches like everybody else. For example, where you are in diaspora, like we can also sit at the table and proudly talk of some of the things we enjoy in our country. So maybe I give it to you now to give us your key message, parting shot.
A key message is certainly that we cannot solve all the problems we have in South Sudan by talking. We need to do the action. We need to do the work. You know, we need to come up with better ideas. We are so intelligent. We have the capacity to give what we want to do to our people. You know, that capacity, we need to seize it. You know, people always say لدينا القدرة على تشكيل العالم وجنوب السودان وتغييرها إلى مكان أفضل لبشرية جمعاً. So we need not to say this is enough. Regardless of whether you have the education or you don't have the education, you can always come up with ways to better your small family, to better your community, to better your society. So we have that power. Let us use it. Let us put it into practice. Let us not sit back and cry and say, oh, we did not get what we want. We needed our 30% and whatnot. We need to fight for it. We need to let the men know that it is time that we come to the table, because if you are not in the menu, you are supposed to be on that table eating the fruits of what you have done. This is our time. We need to move on. We need to create the future we want for ourselves, for our children, for our families, and for everyone. So this is the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. For sure, words without action, if we're not doing anything, we keep on complaining, and talking about what we expect or what we want from our society without acting on what we envision for our society, and then there's nothing much to that. Thank you very much once again, and would like to congratulate you. Continue with the good work from the diaspora, and continue representing us wherever you are. Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Our next guest is Ms. Grace Connie Bismarck, who got the award in healthcare, excellence in healthcare. Congratulations, Ms. Grace. An award one that is well deserved, considering the I would say not conducive situations or environment that you're working with, struggling to ensure that our people get the basic or the little that can be offered right now with what you have on ground. So well deserved. Congratulations and welcome to the discussion, Ms. Grace. Ms. Grace, what does this mean to you? Does this help you work a little bit harder? When you go out there, when you're tending to our people, does it give you that that a bit of push or that morale? You feel a bit, like you've been appreciated. What does this mean to you, Ms. Grace?
Yes. I'm sincerely grateful for the recognition I have received for my work, because I'm sure that every other nominees for this award could have won this award. My greatest appreciation goes to the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum and its organizing committee for organizing just an important event, the first of its kind in South Sudan, to honor the humble women of South Sudan, who are the real heroines of struggles and toils of this beloved land and have been recognized for their achievements and contribution. So I was so excited for that. When my name was announced, several health issues come into my mind immediately. As a healthcare worker, I'm always worried that I will struggle to give a satisfactory service to the community and to serve those who are in their condition of their health. Brilliantly, I go to work to contribute to the world, and in particular my fellow community in South Sudan. I thought that if I can make a positive, different change to just one person in my day at work, then I should be proud of that. I quickly realized that no words could describe how I felt that happiness, that ownership. 30 seconds after my name was announced, standing up on that platform, was one idea comes quickly into my mind that, oh, I'm inspired. I really felt inspired.
I would say, or they say
To
that
my
a
fellow
journey.
South Sudanese women, awards make us feel good. They are an acknowledgement of a job that done and justification for the agony, the self-doubt, and the hard work that went into winning them.
That is very true. Very, very true.
Yes.
And
And the hard work that we went into winning them. Awards can make us feel good, proud, happy, overwhelmed, and delighted. They give us vigilant and boost our confidence. Yeah. So with all this, the South Sudanese women were overwhelmed when they had. I've been
and I hope you serve, and I believe you will serve as an example to the women out there in society that.
So with all this, the South Sudanese women were overwhelmed when they saw their fellow women got awarded and are recognized for the first time.
That is very true, and it's inspirational,
yes,
inspiring people
yes,
also in community as well.
Yeah.
We are proud of you. We know your struggle.
I'm sure all the women felt recognized when they saw their fellow women being awarded. They felt recognized.
We know your struggle. We know that, and we appreciate that, and that is why you're one of the women as an example put out there that this is worth recognizing and appreciating what you and your counterparts are doing for our people in the health sector. Thank you very much. I just wanted to check if you have a parting shot or a key message for our South Sudanese women. Sorry.
Thank you so much. I have a message for our South Sudanese women, to my fellow South Sudanese women. Receiving an award brings more benefit than winning. Just aside from making you feel good or making us feel good, it can also offer a great both dignity and professionalism. An award brings credibility and opens doors to opportunities, new opportunities. So I want to tell the South Sudanese women that be the change makers in our community of South Sudan. For a long time, we have been complaining about the limited chances to create a conducive environment for equal participation of women. Now we have been recognized as an intellectuals. Those who gone to school or those who doesn't go to school, we have been recognized as intellectuals. And the opportunities exist. Currently, the opportunities exist. I'm encouraging you that self-motivated. Don't wait for the better environment. It is we, the women of South Sudan, to bring this conducive environment, to create it, to make it peaceful for us. However, it is imperative to break the culture of silence and support the girls' education, preparing for them a safer learning environment to bring them up tomorrow to be a good leaders
of women in this nation. So this is my message to our women of South Sudan.
Thank you.
Lastly, I want to tell each of us that this is not the end. It's never been the end. Don't give up. Let us go.
Sorry about that. We lost Miss Grace. We lost Miss Grace, but maybe later if she will come and finish her message, her important message to us. But I would like to welcome Honorable Felista Bayer. Felista, thank you very much for joining us. And we would like. Did I get the wrong person? I am sorry. I am sorry, Honorable. I referred to somebody else. I saw someone seated at your seat, and I just went on and on. But welcome. It is a pleasure to put a face to the name, and welcome very much to the discussions. We'd like to say congratulations for having won the award on civil service. Basically, like I have been telling the other participants, this is our way of saying thank you very much, and we recognize your effort. We see them as much as we do not say it often, but we see your contribution and your sacrifice on behalf of our people. So welcome to the discussion, and congratulations. Our conversation today is just to have a feel, to get a feel of what you felt when you were awarded, you were given this award. What went through your mind? How do you feel about it? And what do you think it means for you as a person, as a leader in society, as well as the people you're leading or the people around you in the community?
First of all, thank you for having me. I really appreciate your initiative, the initiative of South Sudan Women Intellectual Forum, for hosting this important occasion. It was really very amazing that day. For me, it was both a surprise and not a surprise. I can tell you why. I've been a long-time peace and social justice activist for a period of 23 years in Khartoum. I was given an award for my for my activism as human rights defender and peace activist by the University of San Diego in 2013, because during the time of the peace agreement, after the peace agreement was signed in 2015 and 2005 and 6, I led the push for women quota in the Electoral Act. That was in 2006, until after 2 years, the women quota in the Electoral Act was realized. Then the women of Sudan, all of them South and North, agreed that I should be the first female electoral commissioner to see the electoral process on their behalf. I was appointed one of the 2 women electoral commissioners in Sudan in 2008. I was one of those responsible for Southern Sudan High Election Committees that time. And I made sure that I engendered all the electoral processes by appointing all the women rights activists in the high committees in Southern Sudan. That is for the 10 states and one for the level of Southern Sudan. So they played a greater role, and the electoral process was gender sensitive. For that reason, I was given an award by Women Peacemakers Program at the University of San Diego. Coming to my award in the Civil Service Award, that one really surprised me. I became very happy and overwhelmed with happiness because I joined the Civil Service of Sudan as a young professional in late 70s. I was the first female to join establishments office, as the Directorate of Establishments. I became an establishment officer. I progressed from position of director up to the position of director general. Then from there, I was taken in a national bank as a manager. So all this, I've really had uh, consistent experience in the civil service, almost 30 years. During all my career as a civil servant, I've never received an explanation for disobedience or even suspended from my work. I had always been dedicated to my work. So when I heard that I was given an award in the civil service, I was terribly overwhelmed and the whole of my family. Then I can see that my struggle has not gone in vain. And still that, though I'm called the Honorable Felista, I'm not a politician. I'm chair of Civil Service Commission, a non-partisan position. I participate in the East African community in the recruitment. That is the Service Commission uh, recruiting staff for the East African institutions and organs. So my work had been purely civil service. And for that, I was really very, very grateful.
Thank you very much. The title honorable, I think also it's our way of recognizing that you're doing things for us. Besides, we know that you're not a politician as such, but it's a way of also giving respect and appreciating what you're doing for us as a society. Um, uh, Honorable, I will still insist on calling you honorable.
It's okay. It's okay because I'm occupying a constitutional post. It's a constitutional post, so I am still referred to as honorable, although I'm not.
Yes. Okay, that is great. So, Honorable, I just wanted to maybe ask you to give us a key message, just something short and concise for our audience and for the women out there as well.
For the women outside, only women or everybody?
Oh, well, it can be everybody.
For the
Like you
women.
mentioned earlier, that we are not living alone. We also have the other people around us in our society as well.
In fact,
for everybody in general.
For women, I can say that there is nothing impossible in this world. If you have the passion for what you are doing, and you have the potential, you can break the glass ceiling. You can achieve anything like men. So I really encourage women, especially the young generation now, who are in the civil service, let them believe in themselves. They should see to it that excelling in leadership is not only for men, it's for all of us. It depends on how you love your work. If you have the passion, you can always achieve anything. Is this my last question?
Yes, it is. You want to run away?
No, I'm not running. Is it the last? Or there's another one?
It is from me, that is it. But if you have more wisdom for us, please. This is the only time we have you.
Okay. And this is a message I'm trying to send to both men and women. You know, there cannot be any genuine peace in South Sudan here if men and women are not working together. First of all, we need to participate in governance and political decision making and all sorts of decision making. Because for us, women are equal human beings like men. And they deserve to be represented because we constitute more than 50% of the population. So 50% cannot be left out. In our case in South Sudan, we are more than that. Also, from a human rights perspective, men and women are equal. We are endowed with the same reason and the talents. So we are equals and we need to participate. Third one, women have different perspectives. when making decisions. Men's decisions, they may say they want to buy military hardware or build skyscrapers. For us women, we may need social services like hospitals, education for our children. So as women, when we work, we normally work for the common good of all. Another one is that women are the mothers of the nation. We are the ones that give birth to everybody. So we are very compassionate in our leadership. When we are in leadership positions, we tend to exhibit compassionate style of leadership because we are women. So I'm saying to my fellow women, let's not lose track of everything. We need to keep on pestering because you cannot get equality with the men on a silver platter. You need to struggle for it. As the saying goes, freedom is not usually granted easily. The oppressed must demand for it. So that is my key message to women. We continue to press for our position in the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Baya. We appreciate you. Once again, we want to say congratulations, and we hope to benefit from this wisdom another time and have you in our conversations. This is the beginning. As South Sudanese women intellectuals or South Sudanese women in general, we should.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate, and we hope that this doesn't mark the end, but it should continue because it's really serving as inspiration to everybody. And I received a lot of messages on the Facebook, on telephones, emails. People were very happy that thank you very much. You have worked so hard. You have served this country with a distinction. And I'm so happy personally because my efforts have not gone in vain in my 35 years career. Thank you.
And the struggle continues.
Yes, it continues.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And congratulations once again, Honorable. We appreciate your presence here as well as your contribution to society. Our next guest is Honorable Nora, who got an award in relation to activism. Honorable Nora, do we have you in online with us? Honorable Nora? Okay. Yes, we have her here. Yeah. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine and happy to be here today.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. We are also happy to have you with us.
Yes.
To have the opportunity to say once again congratulations and to say we appreciate you. We acknowledge your contribution to society. We acknowledge the fact that you are the voice. I read somewhere somebody said no, we shouldn't say the voice of the voiceless, but the voice of the unheard. Everybody has a voice, but it's just that sometimes they are not heard. So your voice of the unheard, we appreciate you for taking that role and taking this particular cross on your shoulder to represent us in society. So thank you very much and congratulations once again. The whole essence of this discussion today is just to find out how you felt about the award, what it meant for you and the people in the community, the people you represent. How did they take this award? Did it add value? In our own small way, did this award add any value to the discussions we are having out there in the society? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was surprised. I was honored. I was happy. And I say, congratulations for Women Intellectual Forum for coming up with these beautiful programs. You put a smile in our heart and in our eyes. You made us really to work more, and to know that we are appreciated from the little work we do here and there. Sometimes it is not easy what we do. You take courage, commitment, really to speak on the behalf of those their voice cannot be heard. And then you gather a lot of things. Some people will hate you, some people will gang, but with the courage, with love, and our faith, we thank God because we are Christians. And that is why we are activists to talk about any abuse against human rights, any abuse against any woman, irrespective from where she is coming from. We talk about women across the country and we stand with them. Women in our will was surprised when their houses were burned, and I make it a point to send support to them, despite the fact that men challenge me, they want to take these things and I refuse. And they told me one day, you will lose your seats, and I've lost it. And I'm happy because I'm helping people. These awards is not for me. These awards is for all the young ladies who are coming after us. Let them take the zeal, the commitment, and to believe in what is right, work for it. These awards is for my tribe also. When they had my tribe, they were happy. My family, they surprised me. When they had that I'm nominated, you know what they did? They contributed money. They bought for me the white clothes. They bought for me the earrings. They bought for me the shoes. And they make a lot of food at home. When we finished, we went home. We found a lot of people. Food was plenty. People were dancing, jubilating. The neighbors, everybody came on board. I'm really grateful. I'm humble. And I say thank you. We will continue to support these organizations, and we will continue in every forum call upon donors, community, the government to support your organizations. Because it is not political like other speakers have said, it is an organization to bring women, irrespective of political background, to come together, learn from one another, share the experience, the positive practice, so that the young generation learn from it and pick it and go ahead with it.
That's true. That is very true. And indeed, it is a cause for celebration. It is we're glad that your family actually picked up on it and made sure that they celebrate with you, and also be the fact that be proud of the fact that you are part of the conversation in the nation. You're part of the people who are representing, who are making sure that our voices are heard out there. So thank you very much once again. I wanted to check with you if you have maybe a parting message for us, for the young women, as you referred out there. And I've been corrected a few times in the discussions that we should not leave out our young men as well in the conversations. I will call them in general the youth. What message do you have, or what parting shot do you have for our young people?
My message to all men and women, young and old, let us rally and stand together, work together, throw out all that which can divide us. Peace is very, very expensive. Once you lose trust, in order to build, it's not easy. Many people today are dying from trauma, frustrations, and no one to talk to in this new era. This is the time now to rally behind peace, live peace, talk peace, and learn from one another. Let us not throw out those with the knowledge. Let them be on the system and start coaching the young one. The time they are retiring, they will capture the country on the good note. You cannot go and start cooking immediately in your house. You need to start at home so that when you go to your house, the basic you start from there through your interaction and experience you will learn. For us to change this country, let us say no to tribalism. Let us say no to jealousy, hatred, gossip, gang, and character assassinations. Let us see the potentials, the capacity, the knowledge that person has, and then we rally behind that person in order to effect peace, and peace begin at home. Men and women, boys and men, we all know we are pillars of our homes. At homes, we start positive socialization, where boys and girls learn from one another, help one another, and there is no distribution of work. If a boy wants to cook, let him cook. If the girl wants to build, let her build. Let us all stand together to push away what divides us, what are the challenges at the family, so that we make our bread and be happy. Let us work the same way in the government. The government should look at the potential, the capacity, the knowledge, and respect the human rights, and provide justice when it is needed. Once there is no justice, there is continual conflict and anger, and this will take us nowhere. This is the time now to embrace one another. Call out for all our people who are out, who have not yet come home. Let them come home. There is no problem which will be solved without us sitting on the table. We call upon men and women to stop supporting violence, to stop supporting killing. Let us go to the table, face each other with the truth. People fear to talk truth. That's why they result into killings. Let us go to the table. Let us speak the truth. The truth will set us free. Let us respect our leaders and be closer to them, and also them. Let us listen to the people. The more you are criticized, you look for the root causes why you are criticized. Try to minimize, try to address, try to bring these people closer to you, because they are making you to work. We have worked in a difficult situations. In the exile, we stood by the side of both men and women. We stood very strong that we don't want divorce, because if there is too much divorce, the family will disintegrate and will have no society or communities coming. Let us build our families. Let us build the nation, the people of South Sudan. Let us embrace each other. Let us stop pointing fingers. We are all South Sudanese like any other nation. Once you know she's a South Sudanese, she's in danger, you found her at night, protect her. Let her know I am in my country. When are we going to be happy with each other? This is the time. And I want to thank our government, because they've sent the delegations to discuss with the remaining groups who are outside. We call upon them also, let them come back home. Home is home. Home needs them. You with the potential knowledge outside there, please come home. Even you, women, the intellectual forums, kindly come and open your office here. Come and start building your colleagues here. Everybody will come to you. There will be times you call people in the government to come, you discuss with them. You call those who are in the NGOs, because they have a lot of knowledge. And also women who are in the civil society, or other women who are popular and known, you bring them on board. All this knowledge, when you type them down, document them, share them. Don't keep them with you. Share them with all the leaders, so that we start change. With the change, we'll have this country called the Republic of South Sudan. And I say, may those who lost their lives in the struggle for justice, freedom, for this country, may God reward them and calm their relatives and support them. To us, the people of South Sudan, let us embrace each other, love one another, appreciate any effort each one is doing, like what this forum is doing for all of us. You've united us. The celebration was very colorful, was very beautiful. It made us to forget our past and to start smiling, dancing, and celebrating.
Indeed, indeed, I totally agree with you that we have a lot of intellectual or human resource out there that should come back, if possible, to build our nation, to also have the opportunity to participate in nation building. And it doesn't necessarily have to be also that you're physically there. There are people who are, for example, the ones who got award um, for service to the nation in diaspora. They are contributing in also in their own small ways, they're contributing to that. But at the end of the day, the little resources that we have as a nation should go back into the country to build to build our nation. At the same time, what I also picked up from you is that we as South Sudanese should speak out our truth, what we have been going through, and this will open the discussions on reconciliation, how we can come back, as brothers and sisters, and discuss in a peaceful manner. What the we cannot I would say put our problems under the carpet. We need to bring them out, discuss what are our issues, and then from there find solutions. How do we move forward from here? How do we move forward in a peaceful manner to be able to develop our nation, our country? So thank you so much, Honorable. We appreciate you. We appreciate the words of wisdom. We appreciate your participation in nation building. We appreciate your wisdom and guidance of the young people in our society. Congratulations once again. This is the beginning of good things, and we hope we will have more of these discussions in the future. Thank you very much. Now, our next guest, Sarah.
Yes.
Welcome to the discussion. I'm just going to give you maybe just like half a minute to introduce yourself and the award that you won, and with that you can follow it up with what this award meant to you and the people in the community, or women in the community. What you think this award means for yourself and the women in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to bring us again here and to express our gratitude for the chance that we have got, especially on my own behalf. I'm really so excited. And I've been thinking all along that joining such forums is hectic and it is tiresome, but I've believed that it has an end result that really uplifts someone. To begin with, I'm quote Sarah Dut. I'm a student at Kampala University. I just came back from my exams and I said I have to attend this interview today. Yeah, and then I lead a women organization called the Women Voices of Hope for the Vulnerable, which I started with some of my colleagues, my friends in 2020. And then also I actually participate in so many things to do with the youth. There's a way I love youth, especially the youth of South Sudan. Since I've been in Kampala, I mean in Uganda, I have really engaged with the youth, especially. By then, I didn't understand what a youth is by then, but I knew that we are age mates and we are outside of our country, and so we needed to be together. So I started a journey of leadership that I just came to realize that I was building something that will benefit me in the future. So I kept on uniting the youth, my schoolmates from primary to high school, to all the schools that I went to. I engaged with them and I made sure that we celebrate the independence of South Sudan. And also in those schools, I also tried to convince the school administration to allow us have our independence celebrated, and they had to accept it because we were always many in all the schools that we went to. So this thing really made me love engaging with the youth so much, because when I was engaging with them, I could hear a lot of things. Others could come to me for advice, and then I could also give in what I know, and that thing can also help them. Also coming to what I do as a youth, I do also entrepreneurial activities, of which I participate in, and one of them is the Premier Airline. It's an airline that is working here in South Sudan. I do the marketing of it, and so far since I started marketing it, it has gotten, a wider range of people knowing it, and people are now using the Premier Airline. And then also I have a bridal boutique that I started last year, because when I looked at the situation whereby all of us go out of the country to go and look for wedding gowns, all the things that are needed for the wedding, especially my wedding too. I had to spend more than 5,000 to go out and then buy the wedding gowns. So when I looked at it, I said it's better we bring them here and then we sell them at affordable prices, so that we can spend the money within the South Sudan, and then we want to stimulate the economy of the country. So I ran that business at a small capacity within here in Juba, South Sudan, and I have some clients who have been supporting me in buying the gowns, and they are happy with the products that I get, and this thing also motivates me a lot. Also, I have also come up with so many initiatives, of which my husband and I have thought of producing chalk locally here in South Sudan. And currently we are doing a lot of production of the chalk, and the company that we are going to use is called the Empire Chalk. So this is also the thing that we also engage in. Also in other things, I have participated in so many things to do with the youth. Things concerning leadership, things concerning entrepreneurship, diplomacy, and all these things outside. In the beginning of the year, someone recommended me to participate in a certain organization that is based in Canada, and it's called the African Rebirth. I joined the African Rebirth, and I was selected to be an ambassador in South Sudan. It's actually just an organization that is building the Africa for the youth, or the youth for the Africa that we want. So I also accepted it, and I became the ambassador, and I love what I do with them, because I engage the youth. I have a WhatsApp group whereby I bring in the youth of South Sudan to learn from these things that are happening in the African Rebirth. Also, I have so many WhatsApp groups that I create for the youth to
You're a
interact.
very active woman. Very active.
Yeah. Thank you.
Impressive. But that's
Thank
also
you.
the energy of youth, yeah?
Mhm. It's all about youth. I do this because of youth. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so I have so many WhatsApp groups concerning a particular program that I do with some youth together. Also, there's another program or an organization that also somebody recommended me that you should also participate in it, and that is the IEP, the Institute of Economics and Peace. It's also an organization that is based in the US, and I'm also one of the ambassadors in South Sudan. That is also what I do sometimes. Then also coming to this award.
All
Actually,
these
when I
activities explain a lot. Explain why you're actually nominated and won the award. Impressive
Exactly.
what you're doing out
Mhm.
there. You're really
Yes,
doing
exactly.
with all
Exactly.
this and knowing that your efforts have been recognized and appreciated, please tell us how you felt about that.
Thank you so much. Actually, of course, I knew there were other youth who also were nominated in the award categories. Yet I was also nominated in so many other categories as well. But I knew that one or two or one, I will have to win one, because I had the confidence in me. So before I was read out, I was told this is the like someone who was seated next to me was the one who was also in the same category. So I felt like, oh, maybe I don't know her, so I don't know, maybe she wins, it's fine. So I felt a little bit nervous that maybe I might not win it, because maybe she's doing things that are better than what I'm doing. But at the back of my mind, I knew that all this time that I've been active, starting from my time in school until right now, I believe in myself that I was going to win any of the categories that I was put in. So I
And
was
indeed,
overwhelmed. My father was around. Unfortunately, my mother is not here, she's far, but my dad was there, my husband was there, and then also my friends, my colleagues were also there. So when I was read, I felt like, yes, the journey has just begun and more is expected to be done.
Impressive. Congratulations for that. Congratulations, Miss Akut. We've had a lot of discussions. Maybe just a very short message that you would have for the let's be very specific, maybe the youth, because we've had so many discussions. Everybody was giving advice to the youth. All this, most of the participants we've had advice for the youth. But you, as a young person, what advice do you have for your own age group, if I can call it that? Just a very short key message for them.
Okay, thank you so much. My message to my age mates or the category of the youth, which are the young people of South Sudan, is that it is believed that we take up 70% of the population of this country, and this clearly tells us that we have more opportunities to grab in all the aspects of life in South Sudan, and this tells us that we have the chances, to dominate or to participate in everything that we wish to participate in. So my message to the youth is that I know we have a challenge of studying, and then after studying you come and stay home, you don't get a job, and then you feel frustrated, and then you start going astray and all these things. But I'm here to tell you that there's something that I wrote some few days ago, because I always post things that motivate the youth, is that a rejection is not a rejection is a redirection. So if you're a youth there and you have tried several times to apply for the job or ask your uncle or your auntie to help you with some money to start a business, and they have failed to respond to you, know that they are just directing you for more better things in life. So if you have been rejected several times in opportunities of scholarships or even jobs, just know that keep on keep on going on. You don't have to stop because your uncle working in the oil sector has refused to offer you a job, or someone has refused to want to get you some money to start a business. No, you are your own personnel, and you are your own motivation that will keep you reach the level that you want. So keep on going, never give up, and you try anything that you can, because I know anything that you feel like you can do. As for myself, it's an example, because I do a lot of things and I have a lot of responsibilities, as I can say, but I'm trying to manage them because I know this is what I want to do.
Yeah. But as clearly, if one door closes, of course, another one will open. There are always opportunities out there, as well as when you go to school does not necessarily mean that you should get formal. Have to get an office job. What you're doing. Being an entrepreneur is a great initiative, and this is also what the youth should consider. Not everybody is destined to work in an office. There are other opportunities out there for everybody. And going by what you're doing, Ms. Akut, doing a very great job. We are proud of you. This was our little way of saying thank you very much. And you're an exemplary young woman doing great things out there for yourself, your family, and your people. Congratulations once more. And thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Well, the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum, and especially Aisha, I would like to say that what you're doing is actually so tremendous and it is encouraging. So the team should continue, recruiting and bringing up people. I and the rest that won the award are not the only ones who are doing great in South Sudan. We are so many. So continue going ahead. I know, looking for other people that will be the leaders of now and tomorrow. And then I would also like to say that I have learned a lot through the South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum, of all the activities that I've been doing. I've been following, I've been participating, I've been volunteering in all these things. Just keep up the good work. And this kind of award is just a wake-up call, and it's a challenge to us who have won it, and it is a wake-up call to those who have not yet won it, for them to get up, get out of their comfort zones, and then get to work. We have to work for South Sudan. Together we can.
Good parting shot. Thank you so much, Mr. Kut. That is great. Now, last but not least,
Yes.
I mistook you for somebody else earlier.
Yeah. Yes.
Welcome, Miss Ibasi, Patricia.
Patricia.
Yeah,
Yes.
your award is in journalism.
Yes.
And congratulations once again. We are proud of you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I had said last, but you're not the last one. We have one more person to talk to. Just briefly, in your own words, can you tell us uh, what went through your mind when you won this award? And as well as what it meant for you people, or people in the community, people around you, what were they saying?
Yes.
Are there more of congratulatory messages or criticism? Was there, did you deserve this or not?
All right, thank you very much. First of all, when I got nominated, it took me by surprise. At that moment, I was not following South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum. So I received this text message from a friend of mine. We're friends on Facebook. And he was congratulating me that, Kongs, you know, I got surprised. What's this? I was nominated for excellence in journalism, the category of excellence in journalism. I immediately ran to Facebook, like, let me check. I was very curious, like, let me see it for myself if this is really true. I searched for South Sudanese Women Intellectual Forum on Facebook, and there I got myself, I was in the category of excellence in journalism. For me, this award means a lot to me. It shows a milestone where I've come from. Like, I work in Torit, not basically in Juba here. I'm based in Torit. And if you look at Torit, Torit is not an area that people see. It's like a village to many people out there. It's not comparing it to Juba. So when I got nominated and when I won this award, first of all, the radio station I work for is Radio Emmanuel 89 FM. It's situated in Torit. And we don't cover a wider range. We reach the audience we reach, even including even in Eastern Equatoria State. We cover a small range, like compared to Juba here. So I was surprised, like, so it means my work is being recognized even in Juba. For a person like me to be nominated all the way from Torit. And seeing myself, I saw people like working in Mira FM, working in iRadio. So like, this is a big, it's a big competitive for me. Many of them I saw they were more experienced in journalism. They've been in this journey of journalism for more than maybe 5 years, and I was only 3 years. So I felt very overwhelmed. And I saw this award as a motivation to me. Like it has given me more energy that I need to work harder so that my work can be recognized all over the country. To the women in my community back there, when I won this award, many of them were very happy. And they sent me messages. We had I had friends who are still pursuing their studies, still at the primary level, at the secondary level. No, now they saw the importance of education. So many of them told me, Patricia, you've really inspired us. So this award is an inspiration to many people out there, the young generation, and also to the women, that education is very important. Get yourself educated and take it more serious so that they can also win more hours like the way I've done.
Yes. This has come with more responsibility. Clearly, you're becoming more of a role model for the girls or the young women in your community in Torit. This should be a very proud moment for you, as well as a proud moment for the young people who are upcoming like yourself. We are happy that you're doing a good job, and continue with the good job. We appreciate you. We acknowledge the good job that you're doing out in Torit as well. Thank you so much for that, and congratulations again. Do you have a parting shot, maybe a short message for the people out there? Doesn't necessarily. I would love it if it was directed to the young people, but then if you have it, everybody in general would be nice.
Okay, before I could give up my message to the people, I'd like to say that the reaction I got very much from the people, first of all, was currently there's this construction company in Torit. It's called Triple L. So when Triple L saw this, Triple L contacted me immediately, and they have given me a small contract to do for them a publicity story on they are doing electrification in Torit. So getting this, yeah, and I felt very happy also. For the first time as a journalist, we have been interviewing very many people, but now it was now my turn to be interviewed. Many media houses were calling me to interview me. People wanted to know, who is this really Ibasi Patricia Top? Since I work in an area where I'm not being recognized, but at least my work was being recognized. I had a call to like today, I had an interview at Capital FM. This is something I never expected. People, they called me so that they could host me to talk about the award and also to talk about my journalism career. So I feel like this award has really opened more ways for me. Yes. It has shown me as well. Recognized me a lot. My message goes to the women, to the ladies, especially of my age. Like we should take education more seriously. Let us study hard in whatever fields we are studying. They should work harder and work for it, so that in other times they will also be awarded. It is not the end of it. Yeah. And also to my fellow journalists, yes, especially to the ladies, I know as journalists we faced a lot of difficulties when we were in the field covering our stories, but no, let it not end there. Let us strive for the best and let us continue working so that we can achieve our goals. And also to the authority of South Sudan, the media is a watchdog for information. So let them give us a conducive environment for journalists to exercise their duties so that they can inform people, or they can inform the citizens in this world of ours. And as we know also that our country, South Sudan, we are having some ups and downs. It is now, as women are the pillars of peace. So women should get involved very much in peace building. Let us go out there. Let us go to the grassroots level. Let us preach to the people. Let's create more awareness and tell people the importance of peace. Because with peace, then we shall see more development in our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are so happy to hear that this particular award or your recognition has opened doors, has introduced you out there to the society. And we would also like to say that since it has opened this door, you could use your voice as well to be a champion of peace. Talk to people, use your status in society to educate people or to talk to people about what our drive is as a group of women in South Sudan. So Thank you so much, Ibisa, and congratulations once again. More bliss to your voices.
Thank you. Thank you.
More and more recognition on as a result of this award. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now, last but not least, we have Miss Lina Matthew. Welcome to the discussion, Miss Lina. You're muted. If you could unmute yourself. Me and you are going to close this with a bang. Miss Lina was awarded. Was given an award for science, technology, and research. Now, this is I would say a field that we should encourage our young women to actually venture into. Not so many of them. We don't have so many women in this particular sector. We are proud of you, Miss Lina, for being one of our champions. Congratulations once again. I am giving you this opportunity, or we're giving you this opportunity to take it away and tell us how you felt, and give us a bit of advice for the young women and men particular people who would want to venture in this particular line,
Network.
line of work that you're in. Can you hear me properly? Is it okay? Could you hear me, Miss Lena?
My network seems to be disturbing.
Oh, okay. But
Go
in
ahead. Yeah, I can hear you now.
short, I'm saying congratulations, and we want to hear from you what this award meant for you, and how you feel about it meant for you and people as well in your life and in your community.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to, on behalf of scientists, female scientists, or let me say scientists general in South Sudan, and on my own behalf, I would like to really appreciate the South Sudan Women Intellectuals Forum for giving us this opportunity. At least our effort in the country has been recognized. That's how I felt. But I was so surprised when I saw my name was, nominated, and it was one of my mentee. I was like, what? Yeah, that was my first surprise. Then my second surprise was not award. Why I was so surprised because 50-50, but surprised because on the list I saw a number of potential women in that category. I was like, hey, and those potential women also, most of them served also for long, and for me, I was like still emerging. So I was like, it will be like 50-50. Yeah, 50-50. But finally, I saw myself being awarded, and I was so excited. I couldn't, to the extent I couldn't even talk. I couldn't express myself. Yeah, so it really meant a lot for me as a young scientist from South Sudan. And I think this is my second award in the field of sciences. The first award was a regional award, East African award, as a young scientist from South Sudan.
Great.
So I was really very, very impressed. Yeah, I was so impressed of this. And
we're proud of you.
This award actually. Hello?
Hello, sorry, I said we are proud
me?
of you for doing a very great job and representing us out there. Congratulations for that.
Sorry, are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I should go on. Okay.
Yes,
It's like
please.
the network is interrupting. Yeah. So this award really means a lot. Though I received the award due to some efforts that I did in the field of sciences and the research. But this award is not actually for myself. I'm just there representing my fellow colleagues and the aspiring scientists, the upcoming aspiring scientists, actually to inspire them more. And also it means a lot for me because I'm already mentoring. I already had mentees, right, in this field, almost 15 of them, including male and female from South Sudan. And that mentorship is at the level of the region, East Africa. So we were given that opportunity to mentor because they also realized this field is neglected and we don't have renowned scientists from the region. That's why they're also giving us that opportunity to mentor us. So it is also my role now to impart the same I get from the region to my country. So
that is
right now we still have some slots.
That is great. So if we should get more people to come on board, but just maybe you could give us, since you've said you're mentoring some of the people or some of the young people in the region, just a key message that you also give them, these mentees, these people that you're working with, to the people that maybe to encourage others to join this particular field?
Okay, my message to them is that we should, to reach such a level is not an easy task. So it means sacrifice, it means dedication, it means a lot. So they should sacrifice themselves at least to compete with the rest out there, and I would like to tell them that South Sudan is a virgin place for research. And we have a lot of issues in the country, a lot of questions that we don't have answers for it, like environmental issues, things like oil field, children born with the deformations. All these need us as researchers. It needs our attention. So we are the answer for all those things. Then my message also to the government, if someone can pick this information and send, is that the area of research is a very key, it's a key area in any other country. You cannot make any decision, you cannot formulate any policy without getting a scientific findings. So I can see like this field is very important for all the ministry, the line ministries, even including the public sector and non-public sector, let me say private sector, this is what I mean. So it is really very, very important for us to engage in that field so that we formulate policies and also make give scientific findings to the country. So this is my key message. That means the country should allocate budget for that research. The priority should be given to research.
Very true. Very true. Thank you so much for that.
So this is my key message.
Thank you so much, and we believe that this is not wasted wisdom or wasted message, that it will be picked up to our own level. We will put it out there. That some of these conversations are heard. Some of this, like the government looks at some of these sectors and allocate resources to enable us also to have, I would say, to be able to speak at par with some of the countries in the region. Thank you so much, Ms. Lina. Thank you for
I have
the
one message to send. Sorry,
please
one
go
message.
ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This is for ladies. Yes, the mentorship program, we still have slots for ladies. And the criteria for selection is you must be a South Sudanese, the age of under 40 years, okay, the age of under 40. And you must be pursuing health or medical research, or your research topic should be from the area of health or medical. So you will fall under that category of our mentorship program. So I'm announcing if we have someone there, pursuing a master's program or PhD, and your research area is in the area of health and medical, please, I would be happy to receive you, and you will know more about the regional mentorship program in the area of research, since we are now recognized.
How many slots do you have? How many slots are you talking about?
Okay, we are supposed to be 36 because each and PhD candidate has had to mentor 5 master's students, But to now we are still around 17 because we have that challenges of age. You'll find a person pursuing masters, but you see the age is already exceeded, above 40, which falls, outside the category. So that has been my challenge with the country, actually. Yeah, with the recruitment of
below 40
masters and PhD candidates under the East African mentorship program.
Okay, great. And women who are qualified for this.
This is the message I wanted to send.
For the women.
So we have like 30.
Sorry, we lost Miss Lina. But just to say that these opportunities are what she has talked about. The opportunities are out there. We will probably put this, maybe post this in the group, so that if we have women who are eligible to apply for this, for the mentorship program, so they can get more information from Miss Lina. Thank you very much, Miss Lina, for being with us, and congratulations once again. We appreciate your contribution to our society. We have Honorable Betty Achan back with us. We have not had enough of you, and we want you to spend a few more minutes with us, just to share, a bit with us. Maybe have a parting message to the women out there, and maybe just encourage us on activities that we may do as women to participate or to contribute to peace building in our country. So, Honorable Betty Achan, welcome once again, and the floor is yours. Honorable, you're muted.
Okay, thank you so much, Robina. And thank you for having me back in the studio. First of all, I would like to say this message is really from all the women who either won the award or were nominated, and those who came to the hall to celebrate, that we are so grateful that this is happening. And I would like to give the leadership of this organization health, so that they continue to do the good work and work with all the women. In particular, we would like to appreciate the captain of the ship. This ship would not have reached its destination if there was no captain and the crew. So we would like to say thank you so much to Aisha, that your leadership has really been wonderful in the short time that we have seen, and all the volunteers with you. They have really done a great job, and we want to say this must continue. Let you not be discouraged. It is not an easy road. It's going to be difficult. There are a lot of pitfalls and a lot of thorns on the way, but please continue to work with the team so that everybody shares the thorn, and also continue to work with some of us who are outside so that we help in advising, supporting, so that these the women should begin to really appreciate themselves and also take this country forward. It is very difficult to work with groups of people, especially intellectuals, but I know that you can do it. The most important thing is to be persistent, and also resilient. Whatever comes along the way, you should really see the best, take it forward, and what you think is dragging you down, put it aside. Always forgive along the way, because along the way you will find people who will discourage you in one way or another, even within the crew. So always forgive, and then bring people back on the boat so that you can continue to do the good job that you are doing. Be open-minded. Look at everybody the same, whether that person does not treat you the way you would like to be treated, but be open-minded. This is the only way that you can continue. And to women outside there, I would like to encourage all the women really to work with the South Sudanese women intellectuals. And I remember during the occasion, this word intellectual was defined. It doesn't mean that only women who are educated or have gone to school or are in town, because everybody is an intellectual in their own rights. So this word shouldn't discourage any woman. Everybody is an intellectual, and everybody should work for the betterment of the country we call South Sudan. We suffered as women so much for this country, but we are allowing this country to go to waste in our eyes. So we need to wake up, talk about it, shout about it, and bring it back to where we want to see it. I want to conclude by saying thank you so much. There's so much still to be done. What happened this year is only a beginning. It is just like the yeast that stirs the brew. So there's so much to do. Let us work and bring out all the good in women and continue to do the good work. I would encourage the young people to work with us. Whether you're a sunriser, you should look at the sunset or the midday, so that you gain, you learn from them, because the sunset can learn from the sunrisers can learn from the midday, and together we will forge a good, powerful, strong, united women of South Sudan, and will surpass the difficulties that we are having now. And we will need to tell the men that I think their time is up. Let them give opportunity to women to lead this country so that we regain peace and prosperity. I want to say thank you so much. This is the message I had wanted to say on behalf of all the women, award winners, those who were nominated, and the women who are celebrating with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. There is nothing much I can add to that. You have covered it all. Thank you. And I would like to also add that we thank the people who are working in the background to make sure that this works out for all of us, to enable us have these discussions. Thank you very much. We really appreciate, and congratulations to everybody who won and those ones who were nominated, and the ones who are not nominated. We are all winners as long as we are all contributing to the betterment of our society. Thank you, and have a very good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.